Gotta be like a goofy RPG boy band.
Yeah.
Well, D&D and shit.
Hi, I'm Anthony, and I roll d12s.
I'm gonna tell you how the story that little elf stole my heart, and now I'm sad.
1, 2, d4.
Mike, are you there?
He's muted. See him responding to us.
Oh, do you know what? I just said some really funny stuff.
I believe you. I believe in you.
I see. So we
That's
missed
such
your
a
entire
shame.
monologue.
Hey, Mike, can you see my webcam in the Roll20 thing?
I could, but now it's gone, so I'm going to refresh.
Okay.
Mike, you don't have to refresh the page to do that. You just go into the sprite,
Oh, no?
and there's a just reconnect. Hit the reconnect button.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I went. Yeah, sorry, that's what I meant.
Oh,
Not reconnect, I meant. Yeah.
Is my impression or Mike seems sociable this time? Like,
Sociable.
okay.
I think
Yeah,
I think
normal-
I think the word is sober.
So,
Yeah. Wait until I get to the end of that one.
Awesome.
I haven't listened back to the recordings, but it'd be very interesting to see how it degenerates across the course of the game.
There have been some interesting moments.
I mean, if it was Blueberry, you get a lot more nasty. You know.
Yeah. There have been a couple of games about the next week, and it's like, right, who can tell us what happened at the end of the last game? It's like, I don't remember any of this. Let's go with it.
Boopy, you ran down Fifth Avenue, swinging your pants over your head.
That was before the shootout, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was just
Was that it?
man, you to do that.
No, I was just distracting them so that you could go and do that. I was the decoy. Or Boopy was. God rest his soul. I tell you what, Digby's not going to be happy about that when he finds out.
I imagine not.
Fuck Boopy.
Snitches.
Doobie time.
By the way, Boothby. Your upcoming stuff as Mike.
What's that guy? Are you talking about Boothby's trash fiction?
There's there's Boothby's trash fiction, and then there's your actual trash fiction.
I'll have you know. My latest novel has a 4.8 out of 5 rating on Amazon at the moment.
Yeah.
She's pretty good.
3 reviews.
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
6.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait. It's Michael D.
Who's Michael DVD?
You are mean.
No, seriously, that's good. You know what? I'm Michael. I'll be honest, and it's especially because I haven't been reading enough novels. I have to read your stuff. I actually have to read your stuff.
I think my sci-fi series might make you cry. If you're a hard science fiction fan, I think this is probably as soft as it gets.
Oh, we talked about this a lot. I remember.
How does the interstellar travel work? Well, you just push the lever forward. There you go. Yeah.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah. I do some research though. I am careful to, the non-plausible stuff is all the stuff that people are willing to suspend their disbelief about. Because what I find is that, people watch stuff about superheroes or whatever, and they have no problem that these individuals have these incredible superpowers or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's something new, and it's like, no, that would never. That's impossible. That's it's nothing to do with superpowers or anything. It's just like, I don't know, getting out of the car.
I guess that's your audience that does that, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's really well. I'll give you an example. I've got a friend who could never watch The Bionic Man, which it was the $1 million man in the US, wasn't it? $1 million man. Yeah, and he could never watch it because Steve Austin didn't have a bionic spine. So when he lifted the engine, his spine would have snapped. And it's like that ruined it for him. He couldn't watch it after that.
Yeah.
I mean, books and at least
what can you do?
Media has gotten better at reducing these kind of things that really undermine your transcendent disbelief. I mean, in all genre fictions, there's always the what if that you have to sort of take faith, and then you want to create a plausible reality around it. One extreme thing, even in science fiction, hard sci-fi, you might try and write a plausible story about interstellar travel, but all of that is still fantastical because it's a technological possibility, but not a reality. So you're still making a lot of assumptions. You have to take that bit on, and just accept it. But then what you got to do is make the rest of the world around it believable. Right? Like that's the one thing that you're going to have to suspend your disbelief about, because you already have an extreme suspension of disbelief about whatever these one or two, central what if things are. If you keep on pushing on to make everything else implausible, then it all breaks down. There's too much.
You've got to be reasonable, I think. Even if you've got portals and stuff, they've still got to spend some time getting from one place to another, regardless of how many wormholes you've got. You still got to have them get into the wormhole and get it out the other end. So.
Yeah, even in Interstellar, right? I mean, they did a pretty good. That's fantastic. You can find the wormhole and be able to navigate as much.
And a lot of cool shit could happen inside a wormhole.
Yeah. Yeah, you can play around with it, right? I mean, it's still kind of a science unknown, which is where why you got a little kind of non-scientific at the end of Interstellar. But on the other hand, it's okay because everything else.
Like because I write. Well, obviously, I write historical fiction as well, and what I find is that the things that people complain about with the historical fiction that they don't believe tends to be the stuff that's true. So, for example, I got a message from someone saying that they didn't believe that soldiers in the Second World War would make all these jokes. But that was absolutely true. That's obviously that's how soldiers deal with things, isn't it, through humour. So, and yet they couldn't. I suppose they've seen too many 1940s war films where everyone's super serious and everything, But so it's weird. It's weird what people pick on.
Yeah, I mean, World War II was a very big campaign, right? There was parts of the world that were involved in the war that weren't as bad as what was going on in, like, let's say, France and mainland Europe, you know. So yeah, and soldiers, even when they're in the thick of shit, that we joke, we do.
Yeah.
We all have
Yeah.
a sick sense of humor,
It just seems natural because it's a way to relieve the stress.
Yeah.
Joking is often,
I
Exactly.
mean, I have a good friend
Venting.
who had lost his legs in an IED, and he fucks with people, He'll see like, oh, my foot's itchy, just to see what they'll say,
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, yeah, think about it. I mean, humor is a diversion when we're nervous, right? We're stressed out. I mean, we all do it at some point. Right? Use humor to deflect, or to distract. It's a clear sense that you would do it in the most extreme situations too.
For example, this guy went to the register office and he said, "Look, I want to change my name." And the guy says, "What's your name?" "Oh, it's Adolf Shithead." He's like, "Oh, right, I can see why you'd want to change that. What do you want to change it to?" "Walter Shithead."
He comes from a long line of shitheads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's proud of that.
The New Hampshire shitheads.
And his cousin, which is the fuckface line.
But what about the favorite comeback of the guy with the legs?
What
He had
happened?
like a favorite comeback. Yeah, the guy that said that has lost his 2 legs and he jokes around it. Does he have a favorite comeback someone gave him?
Like a favorite comeback.
Sometimes he'll stand up and he'll make believe like he's lost his balance on his prosthesis, He'll go like, whoa, and wave his arms around,
Little slapstick.
Yeah. Everybody, you can't help but jump to his aid, but then you realize he's fucking with you, and you're like, you know what, fuck you, Levy. I hope you fall.
Alrighty. Okay, guys. My Yuri, what's up? What's up with you? Anything interesting?
Nah. My life has been quite normal. Well, that is one thing. That is one thing that I did different. I'm going to have to go to Curitiba in July for an interview to get a Polish card. Have you ever thought that before?
To get a what?
A Polish card. Polish. Of Poland.
Oh, so you can get a visa to Poland.
Yeah, it's a kind of visa for Poland, not for EU, but for Poland specifically.
Like an identity card, or?
Yep. Is the Polish card is something that the Poland did after the fall of the Soviet Union, which for ex-Soviet countries, if you had family that was lost in the transition of territory between Nazi Germany and Soviet Russia, and but you still have this contact with the family. You still have proof that you are ethnically or you were Polish. Anyway, you can, but not in a specific way that you can apply for citizenship. You can apply for just like this lost elu. How to say elu? This lost piece of your background. So you can apply this if you learn the culture and the language of Poland. You go to the consulate and you have an interview with the consul, 15 minutes, and I have to tell a little bit, have to prove that you know Polish and the traditions, the history. So you have to explain in Polish the history and traditions of Poland. Explain your favorite national figure,
Your
some other shit.
favorite pickle.
Your favorite pickle, which kind of soup you like the most.
Your favorite Polish joke.
Exactly.
How to
And
smoke your own kibasi.
and if you make it right, you get the postcard and give you all the rights of a Polish citizen. So I don't pay for.
You see, for me, a
vacation?
postcard is something you say, "Wish you were here," and when you're on holiday. You know?
Yeah, so you're going to get a Polish identity card. So technically, you're.
Hello?
Technically, what?
Kai's face is frozen on the screen too.
Best moment
Or
ever.
he's doing a really good job of staying still. What was that guy we missed it?
So I said, so then, Yuri, you're technically a Polish citizen, right? Which you can travel to Poland freely. Is this correct?
Yes, exactly.
Exactly. So that
so-
means that you can travel to Poland and bring a suitcase along with it. You can fill with beer, correct?
Ah,
Indeed, I can.
once
You
a
know-
month.
Yes.
That is one thing that I learned in Poland. They don't consider beer alcohol. It's a drink, not an alcohol.
It's fantastic.
Exactly. So, for example, it's completely acceptable socially. You drink beer every meal because it's just a drink, like juice.
Yeah, of
So-
course. Quite
Healthy.
right.
So for them,
So
the
it
real
has to be
big
about
things are
10%
vodka,
of the-
etc. Sorry, what?
But is wine considered just a drink as well? Does it? Like, what's the percentage cut off? 50
No,
to
you
40?
used to alcoholic there too, Mike. I'm sorry.
So probably about 10-12% then.
But I get a lot of things. I get discount in public transportation. I don't pay for education in case I need it.
I'll be right
But I
back.
don't-
I've got to show you something.
Okay, but I don't have the right to live there. I have to ask the document separately. But I say it's quite easy. But I say it's quite easy when you get a Polish card. When you get it, you can ask in the same day, and like a week maximum, you get the permit.
Yuri,
Interesting.
what's with your interest in Poland?
European passport.
Yep. I was about to ask you that. That's the thing, the European passport, because it's part of the EU.
Yes.
Have you guys ever you buy something off the internet and it arrives and it's like a completely different size to what you thought? Does that happen?
I didn't get the wrong size, but I got the thing defected. That same thing.
So I was trying to buy some of this off the internet and I found some at a really good price. And when it arrived, it was like that.
That's why it was a good price, Mike.
Has anyone seen Spinal Tap with that Stonehenge thing? Well, at the school we were doing a production of Spamalot, and I wanted to get the shrubbery, and so I found this thing, and it was literally, I kid you not, it was literally this big, and it was like a piece of plastic vegetation that you would put in a fish tank, and it was. And I did exactly the same thing with Aladdin. On the internet, I found like a magic lamp, and when it arrived, it was like this big.
For an action
Really
figure.
Yeah.
Mike was like, "Oh, this is great. I mean, this is great for a stage set, and it's so cheap. It's only like
Such
$10.
good value.
I can't believe it. These people must be crazy. Buy 10 of them."
Yeah, I think I did buy 3 or 4.
He's like, "Oh, what a great deal for a Mercedes Benz. $50. I can't believe this."
You know, you just give it to the smallest child, and it looks bigger then.
Okay. Anyway. All right. Give me 30 seconds and we'll start and think about recount where we last left, right? Give me 30 seconds.
This is where I get to find out what happened in the last hour of last week.
You could
Oh, let's.
rewatch the end of the
Yeah, I should do that, shouldn't I? Before we start,
Like a normal human being.
and then I can apologize for everything.
you were trying to pick a fight between me and the elders. You were telling
Was that?
you were telling the villagers that Zygor wants to fight the elders and all this other shit.
Oh, I think I
And we kind of squashed that. But we came back from the icon wielding our little orbs around us, and the people were in awe. And we told them that we fixed the pylon, and they went and they checked, and we did. And they started saying, "Hail the icon, hail the Messiah of the icon, hail the Messiah of the icon's disciples." And
Yeah.
weren't we following someone to the pylon? Did they come back?
Yeah. So remember, I mean, you guys came back, and part of the scene was that it looked like, what the group that had come to meet you up in the icon had come armed with their simple staves, I should say. Had said that there had been a black tooth had become loose, right? And then you guys started an argument, or persuaded them, most of them, except for the one skeptical individual, that you had communed with the icon, and then the icon had pretty much promoted you to a messiah, right? And you followed them all the way back to the village, where at the opening of the village, near the big sort of wooden gate that's welcome to Central, it's the archway that designates the beginning of the village proper. You could see that there were some guards that had been injured. They were on the ground. They were being taken care of. There was a big crowd. There was the entire town was lit up with torches, and it is clear there was a lot of activity. The town was small, but center you could see 40 meters away, 30 meters away, not too far. The center of the town that the elders had gathered there, and there's a crowd of people. The chosen ones of the elders had come up and started talking to you, and then there was some arguments. Cycle was able to start convincing some of the crowd to start chanting, "Hail, hail the Messiah of the icon," and his disciples, right? And sort of went back and forth. There's a lot of conversation and confusion, and chatter. But obviously, some of the people are looking at you guys and all staring at the fact that you've got these mechanical globes orbiting around you. You are coming with Numenera, something which, of course, besides the planes in which the elders live, people clearly have no idea about, besides the metallic huts living. Yeah, and so you're in the middle of all this. There's a big kerfuffle, so to speak, in terms of confusion and excitement, adulation. Everyone's staring not only at you, but at the stuff that you bought. I mean, you're all battle weary. You're covered in goo and weird stuff, right? Because you've battled all sorts of creatures and experienced all sorts of strange situations. And the moment of the crowd is primed, and you held sway and attention, and their attention. And at this point is when the elders start floating over this freakish, partially human, things floating in these ancient artifacts. As you sort of finished arguing, discussing with the chosen. Yeah. Chowry's there, Zygor's taking the lead. I think Zygor, you still have the but you're still controlling the lighting you, right? Yeah, you're still using the scanner, the gazer, right, to light you with a dramatic red lighting. Everyone's got these things floating about. I mean, you guys have coming, your hands are full of all these equipment, right? These ciphers. You've taken things out of the icon. People pointing at these things. What is that? Did they take the icon apart? The earthquake? It was them. Oh, the strangers. It's a whole interesting moment. And the skeptical guy is still looking at you guys. He's with the guard group. Guess behind you, and he's you could hear him kind of arguing. There's no Messiah. There's only the icon. Don't listen to them. The Messiah. Look at him. So here you are, and we can see that coming towards you now. The strange, weird.
The assistant of the Messiah.
Yeah, and so they come before. Again, it's still nighttime. Dawn might be coming soon. It's hard to tell because the sky here is always almost like cloudy because of the shell snow that swirls in this protective dome. And in the elders come, they start speaking. Strangers, what is this? You come from the icon. It was forbidden for you to go. You have brought the icon with you. You have broken the icon. But this will bring doom to us. Why have you done such a thing? And the crowd begins to hush. The strangers! They've broken the icon! People start yelling. No! They're the Messiahs!
We fixed the icon. We fixed the pylon.
The elders turn to each other. Fixed the icon. Do we have proof of this? One of the chosen ones said, I have sent out the guards to go see what is the status of the pylon. But we felt an earthquake. As you told many generations ago, that is how the first pylon broke. They speak that they have fixed it. They come with many new gifts, but we have yet to see. Oh, great mighty ones. All hail the icon. All hail the icon. All hail the icon.
All hail the Messiah.
All hail. You see a couple of people start saying, all hail the Messiah. What is this?
Cherry starts shouting, all hail Zygo, all hail Zygo.
Okay. Let's let's see. So Chowry, why don't you roll me a intellect task? Right. I'm not going to call this might. It's clearly an intellect task. I don't know if you have any skills that will benefit you in terms of social settings.
No. My intellect skills are basically tracking or identifying. Oh no! Oh no! I've charm, persuasion, etiquette, but it's an inability. What's the difficulty, Kai?
I'm going to say this is a difficulty to get more people chanting
3.
because difficulty 3.
Come on, Chowry.
No.
You know, you can always spend an XP.
Oh. Yeah.
Can you can always wait, there's another thing. Sometimes you can, depending on the task, like always, you can try tasks again. But when you do that, their difficulty. Just so you know. So
Remind me about spending the XP. What's the process?
So you would give me one of your XPs.
Okay.
And you could reroll any.
On re-roll. But I see. Yeah. But then I might fail again. What do I do?
Or you could always spend 2 XP points to get a short-term benefit. Like the power of persuasion or something.
Oh, and then what? Then I would be trained in persuasion, and I would use that.
You get a new skill, or you could change perhaps for the moment, spend for this moment in this situation. It's very limited.
Is this a morning? Is this a new day? Would it be cheeky to say I could choose charm as my special ability for the day, and not instead of crafting Numenera?
I have a feeling that I don't know what the rules are. So you have to rest or anything? I think
No, it has. It's every 24 hours, isn't it? So what time of day is it now?
Oh, it's maybe 3 or 4 in the morning. 3 in the morning.
Yeah. I imagine probably, I don't know, when would the day start? Dawn, I suppose, wouldn't it?
Yeah, when you woke up,
maybe I become charming until dawn.
Yeah, I mean, again, if you want to vote 2 XP, spend 2 XP on this, you can. I mean, it's,
What do you think, guys? Is it worth it?
I mean, if you want to spend XP, I would just spend 1 and just re-roll,
Okay,
it's a little expensive just to gain the benefit,
Yeah. Let's go for it. I'm going to spend the 1. And I'll get a re-roll. Here we go. Come on, Cherry.
Oh! That was... Yeah, oh.
Oh well. Anyway.
You get a couple people shouting, kind of calling on you, and there's kind of a crowd comes. It's like the crowd starts getting divided. There are people who come, sort of getting closer to you and kind of coming around you and going, "The Messiah has come. The icon has sent you." And then other people start like moving towards the elders, and he goes, "There is no Messiah. There's only the icon. Blasphemy, heresy." And so an argument starts breaking out between different groups of people now.
This is like the Lutheran Reformation, isn't it?
I suppose. I mean, you have a bunch of people who have their intergenerational religion being disturbed by outsiders with perhaps a completely new doctrine. And the elders, they sort of in unison and suddenly like really loud. They must be having their voices amplified via the technology of their share. Silence! Silence! all citizens must take care and listen. The strangers come with claims that must be heard. It is clear that they have gifts. Gifts of the blessed icon. No stranger has ever returned from the icon bearing such gifts. In no time of your parents, in all the generations that we have lived here. This is something to consider. People of Bardock, we must not be hasty to judge, but yet we must know if words they speak are true, if they have fixed the pylon, if they have brought back the great protection, if they have made the icon happy again, if the icon will continue to bless us with its protection. If so, then we must consider this. We will await the word of the guards to see if what they speak is true. Bardock. Oh no, people of Bardock. If the strangers truly have done what they say, we owe them a great thanks. Their names shall never be forgotten. Zygor and his disciples.
Whatever they're called. Chowry.
Please. Please. We shall wait the arrival of the guards. If what they say is true, we must speak in the chambers of the elders.
After we rest.
He's the Messiah! He's the Messiah! Blessed by the icon! Not even you have got up there, oh great old one! Great elders! Only they have come with gifts from the icon! Yes, only they have come with gifts from the icon! They are blessed by the icon! The most blessed of the icon! Yes, they are! Yes. Silence!
Yeah, we are.
These guys don't like the truth being spoke.
Are you saying that out loud? Or
No, I say it to my
to these guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. To Chowry and Raquel. Yeah, okay. I just want to do. You have like people coming to you, like touching you, right? And they're touching Zygor. I'm actually not touching Zygor. They're coming close, like they're looking at the balls, like trying to touch them. In a awestruck manner.
Kai, could I try?
Be careful with my balls.
Wait! Did you guys spoke at the same time?
Could I try
first,
to enthrall them?
How will you do that?
Just with my making friends skill.
Yeah, okay, right. Your making friend skill is pretty potent. Could you click it again so I can read it? Okay. Well, yeah, making friends. Yeah. So let's do this as a. I don't think this will be very difficult. Call this again to enthrall them is the next difficulty. If you're going to just like now get them to turn.
Yeah, let's bring them in slightly.
Okay. All right. So if you just want to get more of them on your side and kind of talk to them and sort of your tendrils into them, then it's a difficulty too.
Okay. Come on. Oh! Intrude me!
The gods of dice are not on our side this
Nah,
evening.
man. And I'm not spending any
Uh,
fucking experience on that.
yeah, I know, of course. Here's what I have to think of what it could. What's going to and could it be? Oh, what could it be? Let's see. No. Okay. If I'll tell you what happens. Let's go make. Okay. So, I believe the situation is that you start actually getting some people, right? They're like, you start talking to them, and you're charismatic in that strange way. I mean, you kind of putting in your emotionless sort of Spock-like logic, but somehow it's endearing to people. And you sort of know how to flatter them in a kind of straightforward fashion. And you start talking to a group of about a dozen people around you. Right? And, again, they're part of them are the guard, one of the guards, who came along, those guys who came down, saw you, and then groups of other people. And what happens is that the skeptical guy, the skeptical person who came down with you. I don't think I gave him a name.
You
Yeah,
take
yeah,
out skeptical guy.
Yeah, Chowry, again, be
Skeptical
made him
guy's
skeptical.
about to throw a tomato in my face.
Exactly. He interrupts and he starts yelling and screaming with a group of other people. He's like, this is blasphemy. He is not the icon. He is but a stranger who has stolen from the icon itself. He's probably trying to manipulate us. He might even try and take down the protective. He might even try to make the icon angry and leave us unprotected. Do not listen to him. You're all fools. Yeah, and he's got a group of people, and the people you're sort of yelling, kind of talking, and him and his boys got, and his group starts getting pushy, and then they start scuffling. Yeah, and suddenly it turns into kind of a brawl.
I'm gonna try to use my diffuse, ending conflicts.
Ending conflicts. All right. Well, because of now it's a fight. I think it's going to take a little bit. So I think this is going to be a. Yeah. Make this correct to make sure it's. Because things have gotten so. Challenging. So the other thing I'm gonna this adds to the last difficulty that you had. So if you want to calm them, it's gonna be a difficult 3.
Okay.
To kind of calm them down. Right? Makes sense, right? Because before it was befriending them was a difficulty 2. Now it's gone up for difficulty 3 because everything's gotten tense.
Come on, another one, baby.
Oh. Okay. All right. Excellent. And so it's a plus. So it's not an extreme success there. But I'm going to say that. What do you say? How do you calm them? What does Zygor say?
I would like to use the balls to blast the ground between them, and then bring the light over skeptical guy, and then have the balls encircle skeptical guy and intimidate him.
Okay, yeah, that's extremely intimidating. I mean, people stop, when the lasers sizzle on the ground, they can hear it sizzling and cutting, and you can smell the vapor eyes rock and soil. People scream in fear. And the skeptical guy, suddenly gets absolutely forgetful. What are you doing? What is this?
Showing you the power of the icon.
And the people who you were who have been on your side, they're like, see, he has been blessed by the icon. It's true. He is as a Messiah. We must not ignore this. Oh, Messiah of the icon. Oh, how should we best please the icon? How should we always make it happy? Oh, tell us. Oh, tell us. And the guys like, and everybody's sort of the aggressors of kind of stepping back. Guys, scared. And he says, take these things away from me. I will let you be. It is not for me to judge. It is for the elders. Let's go away. Let the elders judge these blasphemers. Let me go. If you're truly a Messiah and not just criminal.
Come back to me, children. And I wave the balls back to me.
And he's scared. And, his bravado was pretty weak. The whole time he's nervous as he's talking, he's sweating, he's like, you get this away from me, you're not a Messiah. So you've definitely spooked him.
Good, fuck that guy.
He skulks off with the set of citizens who, some of them still follow, others are sort of confused. They just wander off and back to the major, the kind of group in the middle, right? You have, so you kind of have these group of people who are definitely around you guys, right? And now very convinced by your authority. There's a kind of a neutral, right? Most of the people are actually kind of in the middle, right? Where the party area was, where they're starting to light the bomb. In reality, right? They get a big fire in the center of town, and then there's the group, that's kind of sitting back. That's the elders, and who is beyond you. And they seem to sort of talking amongst themselves. They seem to the older people too, right? Some of the older citizens, the ones who are with the elders, talking to the chosen ones.
What's the ratio?
I'd say you've gotten, probably with that last one, you probably have maybe 20 people, on your side, so to speak, fascinated, or kind of talking with each other and pointing at you. And there's 20 to 30 people. It's 200 people. So there's probably another 20 or 20 older individuals, 20, 30 older individuals hanging out. The elders, and then there's the, so that gives you like
about 100. The village, like, sleeping?
Kind of. No, they're out. They're kind of they're trying to figure things out. So he's out. This village has about 200 people. Right? The kind of thing is, it's the way the village is kind of divided. There's a lot of people now. They're kind of looking at you and looking at the elders. Kind of, people are still coming out of their homes with babies. The children are running around. There's lots of children around you guys. I'm talking about adults, right? So this, part of the village is a bunch of children. The children are fascinated with you guys. Right? The floating balls and everything. You got a little scared when you decided to shoot the ground.
Mm-hmm.
But they stopped and they're coming and like touching you and pulling on you and like, what is it? Hey, powers do you have? What else did the icon give you? Can you make me float?
I tell them to get a rock. Tell one of the children to get a rock.
The kids go. The younger kids, right? There's like bunch, like there's teenagers hanging around, but the young kids, the kids hanging around. But yeah, he comes get a bunch of rocks. He's like, "How about this?
What's your favorite color?
I like red."
You like red?
Also,
I turn the apples red with some hedge magic.
the rocks. You turn the rocks.
Yeah, the rocks red. Yeah. I'm sorry.
And he kind of like he drops them. He's frightened. Little kids. What happened? It's red. He turned the rocks red. Like, can you turn him red? Turn him red. It'd be funny. No, shut up. And he'll start like the little kid arguing with each other, and they're like, I want him. Give me this. They're like fighting. I want the red one. I have the Messiah. The Messiah turned my rock red. No, children.
He sure did, kid.
Yeah, so now all little kids are excited. They're like, right? What else can you do? And they start pestering you. Chowry, what are you doing this whole time? Mike's like, what is happening? Chowry, what are you going to do?
I'm watching very jealously for all the attention. But maybe I can also whisper to Zygor that I have the ability to face morph. So if we get into a sticky situation, he can pretend to change my appearance into somebody of someone else's choosing, and I can use my face morph ability to make it look like it's his magic.
Maybe we could try to implicate Skeptical Guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Change your face
to the Skeptical Guy, and then we said, like, look, he's in the icon.
But I think it says on the special ability 2+ intellect points. What does that mean? Do I have to spend those points?
Yes, you have to spend those points. That's a cost.
Okay.
Often those things have a cost. If you did it, by the way, there's a box in the that little setup box where you can spend your efforts that tells you that it's right. You can put the cost
given that I've only got 4 intellect points, it might be a good idea to save that for a emergency.
You might, when you get a rest. You guys haven't rested yet, remember, right? You still haven't done. Well, I mean, it depends. You have an hour rest, but you haven't.
No, but I'm on 10 hours, so I have to rest 10 hours now.
Yeah, my rest is 10 hours too. So.
Yeah, you'd have to sleep.
It would be all day, more or less.
I'm gonna try to retreat to the hut and get some rest.
Michael, is that some of the ladies that you befriended at the
hello ladies. Hello
party are wandering by and mixing into the crowd.
Would you like to see my balls? Come on, Yuri, you know that was coming.
And they're like, oh, these balls are so big.
Yeah.
I can put them on my face.
It's a promise of things to come, ladies.
Oh, Tari, tell us. So, how did you and the Messiah? What did you do inside of the by the icon? What did you do to get the icon? Give you gifts?
I had to fight many demons. There was a great battle. The evil spirits descended upon us, but one after one I chopped them down. I think I must have killed 30, maybe 40,000 of them, and then eventually we managed to
30 or
get.
40 was already pushing it, but you threw thousands on there. 30 or 40
I've been
million.
I've been reading some Greek tragedies.
Clear when you say thousand, it's like they don't understand. Well, I don't know how many that is, but that sounds like a lot. Oh, you're so
Yeah,
brave.
that's right, ladies.
Oh, Chari, you're so brave, and it's amazing, and
Come closer.
well, yeah, and well, if can you can you get us a special meeting with Zygor, the Messiah?
Well, do you know what? The Messiah is a little tired now, and his special assistant, that's me, by the way, is also a bit tired. Maybe you could accompany me to my hut,
Oh,
where we can rest. And I promise you, in the morning over breakfast, I'll definitely introduce you to the Messiah, or the Big Z, as we call him.
oh, the big sea. Ah!
This way, ladies.
And then oh, what more? Can you tell us about Zygor? He's so powerful and handsome.
Yeah, I taught him all he knows. You know, he, when I met him, he was just a lump of scrap metal. Look at him now, fine figure of a Messiah. It's not
And
easy training a Messiah, you know. Hard work takes it out of you.
Chari, do you have any special powers like the Great Messiah? Has the Great Messiah petitioned the icon to give you special things?
If you want to come back to my hut, ladies, I'll show you my special powers.
And um and
This one's going to get removed from YouTube, isn't it?
Yep.
I mean, you know, you a bunch of country rural pumpkin girls who are totally impressed with your entourage, um, and they're clearly. You get the sense that your banter sometimes goes right past them. Maybe that's good. Brunhilde, while you're watching Chowry trying to ingratiate himself with these country, these rules who pretty much kind of don't quite get everything he's saying, but seem fascinated with him and Zygo. You're watching all this action, all these things happening. You're looking past to see the guards. They're moving past you. The guards are injured. And you see that they're being filled with blood. And considering if those had to face, you're lucky they didn't die. And you kind of find this whole thing preposterous. I mean, I don't know what you think about Zygor's attitude here, but one thing does catch your eyes, and he has a crowd. A handsome young guard who had spoken to you, and who you went, I believe you went with him to gather rocks. Is this correct?
Is your
Am I?
muted?
Am I? Yeah, you're there. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello? Hello?
And now the scores from the Polish jury.
Hello?
You almost sound. We almost heard you there, Yuri.
Yeah.
Come in, Warsaw. Can you hear us, Warsaw?
Hello. Hello.
Okay. Hi, Yuri.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know what happened. Okay, I went to get the rocks with Cherry and some other man that you didn't exactly specify who were specifically, but we were going to build some specific houses, some specific people. I haven't noted if you need it, but yeah, that happened. What about the man?
You went out. You were the first, the couple and their sort of brother, that you first met in the orchard, right? Like they were the ones who kind of
Oh.
convinced you it would be a really good idea and help them out get some because it would, impress. Would be a powerful favor for the village, and like, hint, it'll really get you, it'll catch the eye of the great elders, and that's what you win. But I think if you recall, I don't know if I gave him a name, but there was a kind of a tall, handsome, young guard of the town that you first met when you came. I even chatted with you, not crazy, during welcoming.
Okay.
Am I misremembering this?
I don't think I really spent a lot of time speaking with someone specifically.
Anybody else? Am I misremembering this?
It was during the first party, or
Yeah, but in that part I didn't maybe I got it wrong, but I think that I spent a lot of time talking with him, or I just talked with him because I remember I was talking with everybody in the party. I talked with the women, I was talking with the seniors.
Yeah, you did. You just kind of remember him, right? Because
Okay.
I'm just saying it's not like he had a huge.
No new face.
Yeah, but he was. Yeah, it's a familiar face. Guard
Mhm.
that pretty much. I gotta put some names in so who here. It's that, and then and there's this information. I don't know, should have put it in. Yeah, well, he's coming out of the crowd here. Right? Again, there's a bigger crowd. When parents are coming to kids. They're kind of, some of the parents are super scared of the. Get away from them! It's dangerous. And children get pulled away from their parents. It's blasphemy. It's difficult because kids are fast, and you're watching all these people do these things, and then, he kind of comes up and he's like, I'm saying he caught your eye. Maybe he might have caught yours, but he's kind of bashfully comes up and he says, "Well, Brunhilde, you and your stranger friends, you've never seen anything like this. How were you able to do this?"
Mainly patient. Jared a little difficult to handle, but if you get him to obey you, he's a very good kid. Don't worry. Zygor is the nerd one. If you just let him with his books, he's quite okay.
Okay, he's like, well, I mean, I've heard all the stories, but I've never seen anything like this. He's like, never, I've never seen a woman like you.
Oh, stop it. I'm not that special of a woman. I'm just a perfect mother for anyone that wants to marry, have children.
And you see, like, that Gumball, he blushes, right? His face gets red. He's like, but, you're so much stronger and braver than any of the girls here. Why, and he's kind of getting, you know, he's like, oh, maybe, oh, maybe we can go out black tusk hunting together. You're gonna stay, right? You're gonna stay with us.
Oh, stay. Maybe. I don't know exactly. Maybe. Is everybody tired? I feel a bit stressed out. My back. A lot of fighting. As you said, as Charo said, there was a million things that we had to fight today, and I know Charo got the most part of it, but I got a little bit tired. Not ready to think. Maybe tomorrow we talk. Bye.
And you leave him kind of, blank-eyed. He kind of just looks at you for a while. Yeah. His friends come up to him, like you see a couple of the other guards. They start like punching him in the shoulder, pointing at him. It's pointing at you, and you don't quite hear what he's saying. They walk.
I walk away quite that power walk, a little uncomfortable, a little rigid, and then I go to Zyger. Okay, you had your show. We need to rest a little bit now.
I'm sleeping.
I'm gonna grab Chowdy.
Get out of my room, you big bitch.
I'm sorry. What was that
Are we all-
about?
Are we all staying in the same room in the same hut? Is it just like one space?
The hut is a simple hut. It's I think it's kind of a medieval-ish hut.
Yeah.
A big grand interior space.
So I think I would probably leave the girls in there and then lie back on my sleeping mat, whatever, and just straight away.
Yeah, I'm going to sleep.
I guess. Yeah, I guess that's what's going to happen. The girls will probably stare at each other while you completely pass out in front of them. They're like, I thought you were going to tell us more about Zyko. He's so... Do you think Zyko is handsome? Oh, he is. But he doesn't even look out of his skin. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's different. He's so powerful. Powerful men are so... I don't know. They make me feel so... inside.
I have my
Like
orbs
this.
just patrolling my body as I'm sleeping, going from head to toe, head to toe.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Gravity does that.
All right. Well, you guys are going to get snooze out. Click your recovery.
Awesome.
Recover your points.
I'm going to use my action.
Yeah. Just remember, click the one action thing. It
Uh-huh.
clicks up automatically.
Alright.
Okay, now it's working.
Yeah. Spread your points as you like.
And then I'm going to do a 10-minute.
Yeah. There's nothing that stops from it. So, when you guys are getting then in the morning, you're freaking Chowry, the village girls are gone. But it looks like they've left you like their handkerchiefs all tied up in little bows, all different colors.
I give them a little sniff. What do they smell of?
They're not panties, Mike.
I imagine it's like, oh, I'll save those for later.
They're like dirty underarms. No, they're got some.
Full of snot.
They've got some. There's like two of them there. They seem to be
One's
filled with like
one's got a bit of blood on it.
crushed flowers of some kind. And there's Zygor. You find one next to your bed. So, whatever that weird thing means. And so they're filled with like crushed, like, so they kind of, it's almost like a potpourri. And then you guys, as you're getting up and wandering around this place, I mean, again, it's extremely rustic. Talking about a place made out of stone with a thatch roof, something out of said 14th century British village or modern day Hull. And so eventually there's a knock on the door. After a couple of minutes, when you guys are getting up and stretching and meditating and get yourself ready, it's clear that, it must be quite late. It's no longer bright outside. I mean, you guys slept 10 hours, 4 o'clock. It's probably like 2 in the afternoon at this point, 2 or 3 in the afternoon. You have a long, restful sleep. And two of the chosen ones come in. It is the girl, female, Leyland, and then as Zygor, the other one is Barrel. Leyland and Barrel dressed with special chosen one robes, and they come in and they bow slightly. Actually, strangely. Brownhilda, Chowry, Zygor. The elders wish to speak.
Was the pylon fixed?
Leyland, which is the woman that you first met, listening to you, so questioning you. Again, she interrogating you essentially. She looks at the ground, gives off, straightens her plain, dark brown hair, which is frazzled, and looks at you. She's kind of wandering eyes. It's hard to know if she's staring directly at you or not. But she says, "The guards have said yes. It is as you have said. The broken pylon, actually the great pylon of protection, is once more working. You truly have gotten the power and the blessing of the icon to protect us fully once again. All of you have done a great service to the village." And Barrel, he's there kind of picking his nose. He looks at it and he flicks it. Oh, yeah, yes.
I have my orb go disintegrate his booger. Don't do that in here.
Do what?
Discard any of your bodily waste.
Bodily waste. And the girl turns and goes, she elbows him. She points at her nose, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't know. Oh, I guess
It might be a great honor to discard snot in people's houses in this village."
This was Zygor snot.
And so he's like, yeah, the great ones want to see you. The great elders wish to speak with you. And they wish to invite you to to stay and protect the village. Shh! You're not supposed to tell him that yet. Oh, I thought that's what we were. Oh.
After
That's all very well, Barrel, but what about breakfast? We haven't even had breakfast yet. We haven't broken our fast.
After my companions consume what they desire to consume, I have a miracle to perform. And
Miracle?
Then I will speak with the elders.
But should we call forth the elders to witness this miracle?
You may.
But I thought only the elders could perform miracles. Well, but I guess he is the Messiah. Not the Messiah. Don't. That's. They can't argue against. Argue with just whispering. Okay. Well, this is highly unusual. Most people don't reject the invitation, but yes, I go.
We're not rejecting. We're just postponing.
Okay. Yes, I will go. We will speak. Where shall you perform this miracle? Where should we bring the great elders?
Where is the tree that bears the most fruit?
They look at each other. Oh, you mean in the orchard? Haven't picked in a long time. What about? They start arguing with each other. They're like, oh yeah, perhaps it's that one, but maybe we should ask, Garrick. Garrick knows. Garrick is the head of the orchard gatherers. She's like, I shall go speak to the head orchard gatherer, and he shall tell you. He shall be here forthwith.
Good.
What's forthwith mean? Just be
And
quiet.
Barrel, you fetch my friend some food.
Oh, yes, Messiah. Stop calling him Messiah, but he's the Messiah.
I'm gonna try to diffuse that conflict and let him say what he wants to say.
Yeah, okay, yes, well, fine. Barrow, just go get them some food. Go talk to your mother. Oh, yes? And they both leave.
So, what do you guys
I imagine Brown Hilda eats a lot. Do they bring Brown Hilda's food in buckets?
Stew in a bucket.
So after they leave, just in a couple of minutes, oh yeah. So I forgot. Yeah, one of the girls who was definitely interested in you was Free, right? With the uni.
Maybe when they go, I think I turn to Saigon and say, "What you got in mind, Saigon? It's not. Is this something we need to prepare for?"
I'm just gonna use one of the ciphers to make their tree grow.
Ah, you're cleverer than you look.
That would be a good hour to make your speech, Auri, that you have been talking about.
Yeah, Chowry, maybe you could help me perform this miracle, and it will bring up your village cred.
Yeah.
Village cred.
Not that my village cred needs boosting much, but every little helps.
While you guys are chatting with each other, I'm going to say that the first, again, another knock on your door, and the door sort of opens, and it's Aiel, Rayo, and Yoma. These are the first three people that you met. You're actually staying in their house. And they come in and they're like, "You're awake!" Yoma comes up and Yoma, comes up. She sees a girl and she's super excited. Aiel, who's the older guy, comes up and he's like, "Well, I never would have thought, seeing all of you come strangers from the mountain, what good tidings you would bring." And he's kind of like chummy, and he comes and he shake your hand, and shaking Brunhilde's hand, shaking Zyra's hand. You have done amazing things. Oh, we're so thankful. You really are a blessing. And they all start kind of basically saying that they wish you would stay. And, this home can be yours. They'll help you build new homes for all of you. And maybe if Brunhilde helps get more rocks, and that how proud they are of you, and they're excited because they're the ones who found you.
Perhaps.
And Yoma asks Chow. He says, Eva's been asking Chow.
Oh yeah. What's she been saying then?
Well,
He starts rubbing his legs.
Well, you haven't been. I mean, you could come. Maybe you can talk to her tonight during the great festival celebration.
Oh, yeah, that sounds good. And he stuffs the handkerchiefs deep in his pocket, out of sight, with an element of guilt.
They're not panties, Mike. Again.
Oh.
I don't know. Handkerchief means
Gets a
something
bit
different in
snot
England.
stuck on his hands.
Brunhilde, anything you're going to say or do?
Nah, just looking very concerned about everything that's unfolding in front of me. I'm gonna check my axis is well treated for any emergence. Take a look at my armor, in my boots, and then go leave it down.
And then, after a couple of minutes, you guys are talking and chatting, and we're saying, we're so honored for you to be in our home. And really, you could, use it as much as you want, stay here as long as you want. And like super fans, right? Now they're kind of groupies, essentially. Then you get they left the door open, essentially, and this older man comes in. He's like an old, as Mike might say. He's a bit bent over. He's got white hair, balding pate. He's got some kind of weird woolen cap on his head. He's got this, gray hair that's just heading out in all directions, totally uncut. There's just like hair growing out of his ears and his nose. It's really long, like freakishly long. Like, you can actually see the tufts of hair coming out of his ears. His nose. They met, it's like it's got a mustache and a squiggly beard, and it's clear the mustache.
It's basically me next year.
Yeah. He's thin, lanky guy, but he's a bit stooped over now, and he's coming in with one of these staves, which seems to act like both as a staff and as a fruit picking tool. And he's got a little pop-eyed. He's like, breathe.
What did he say, kind of? Missed the beginning.
I heard you want to know something about our best orchard tree. One of the chosen ones told me to come on over and point it out.
You must be Derek.
Well, I guess so. That's not my name.
Oh. I thought Barrel said, "Oh, we need to go and ask Derek."
That's not what I said. Did I say?
Yeah, you said Garrett.
Garrick, not Derek, right? It was Garrick with a G.
Oh, Garrick. Oh, sorry. Oh, you must be Garrick then.
Yeah. That's me. I'm the chief of the orchard pickers here.
Yeah, you're famous around these parts for your knowledge of arboreal things.
what an arboreal thing is, but I know nothing. I know everything about that orchard. Well, I've been picking fruit there since I was a little child. Yeah, I know every tree and every root, every flower. I've seen trees come from saplings all the way up to the big ones that we got now. I can point you out to the oldest tree we had. That tree was planted by my grandfather's grandfather.
Is that the tree that bears the best fruit? Can you hear me?
You guys froze. Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, I just froze.
Is that the tree that bears the best fruit?
Well, it's the oldest, most known tree, and it is the big, and it has the. It's still the one where we have. I guess we got many of our other orchards in there. Well, I will say that there's a new tree that I planted. Wow. How many winters? Well, maybe about 6 winters ago. You see, I took a sapling branch from the tree that gave the good apples, the ones that done come out in spring, real green, and that one's about 4 trees back from, and he starts, yammering on about specific.
That's the ones I go.
Flowers. And
Let's go inspect this tree.
Okay. Well, what you gonna do to it? I mean, it's a good tree and it's new, but them fruits are special.
We're not gonna hurt it.
Well, I hope not. Well, that's wife makes the best pie out of that one, and she'll be real mad with all of you if you've done something to the fruit.
I'm sure Chowery would love to eat a slice of your wife's pie.
You're right there, Zykel. The last thing we want to do is upset Mrs. Garrick.
Oh, you'll probably be eating some of her pie tonight at the big festival.
How many workers do you have that work the orchard?
I would put money on that, Garrick.
Oh well, then there's he starts then there's Tillader, and there's Dannon, and then there's Chiffron, and then there's wait, let me start again. And it takes him about a minute. He's like, well, in terms of right now, we have a rotation of a dozen master fruit pickers. And of course, every family comes to help pick fruits. We rotate them every moon cycle. Yeah.
Okay, and, take me to the tree.
He's like, whoa, well, okay, but let me tell you about the one tree that I raised.
My finger on his lip. You had me at tree. Let's go.
But Zykel, the worst tree. Imagine the worst tree. How impressive would that be?
Then it's just a big, terrible tree. Chowery.
So this guy, he takes you.
Oh,
he has his straightened, and he's like walking with a little bit of jump in his step, and he's like, I'm taking the Messiah to see my best tree. That's right. Garrett's taking the Messiah to see the best tree.
And Cherry starts going, we go. We go. Come on, everyone. We go.
It's the Messiah and his disciples. Oh, we want more red rocks. Little kids start running at him, at you guys, running away from the hands of their mothers. They're calling them back. You see, there's a hive of activity today. It's clear that they're rebuilding and taking stuff out into the center of the village. They're building another big bonfire thing, and they're taking out some black tusks. And it looks like there's the preparations for a big party going on. and everyone's like staring at you, flushed, whispers and pointing. And so eventually, after watching the crowd and the kids will follow you, and I mean, do you let other people follow you,
Yeah, of
or are you
course.
gonna?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not shunning
You know.
anyone.
Okay, what's happening? Is the
Come
Messiah
on,
leaving?
everyone. We go, we go, we go.
Okay,
We go, we go, we go.
You start getting a crowd of people around you, and maybe just walking out, and maybe 30, 40 people start following you out the village gates, and others are kind of busy and each other, and you guys start just walking off, and Garrett starts talking to everybody, and he's yammering. He's like yelling, and he's like, while you're walking out, he's like, he starts yelling names out. He'll come with him. And so they take you off to the orchard, right? Brownhilda, at some point, you notice probably about 200 meters behind you as you're making your way out the village towards. You'll see the glinting carapaces of the elders in their chairs just floating up the village gates. Follow, with clearly what must be the three chosen ones. And Zygor, you get to the tree, and he's like, well, here it is. Yeah, and it's a tree's probably.
Is it in an orchard, like in a line with other trees?
Yeah. I mean, it's.
Okay. So at that moment, I say, Garrick, we need some of your workers and maybe some of the village who's followed us. You got to start barking orders and telling people we need this tree isolated. So you have to start transplanting these other trees around that tree and giving them new homes in the orchard.
Wow. Well, why? What?
This tree is special, and it needs room to grow.
Well, okay. Well, I never thought about that, but I guess I'm gonna have to. Well, he's like they got some guys running for some tools and so on, and I guess there's a tool shed nearby. Maybe start grabbing some things from there. People are confused. Like, well, I don't think I've ever done anything like this. I hope we don't hurt the trees. These are a new one, kind of saplings. But,
so I tell them that they have to dig a hole first before they move the tree, or else the tree is going to be exposed. While you're
and they start following your orders. Eventually, after like a half hour, everybody starts doing this. But before they start finalizing your orders in terms of thinking of how to move the trees and digging around the trees and picking them out of the ground, and they might not be real too sure how to do this. Getting some ropes. The elders come up, and the elders, start asking you questions. Chowry and Brownhill, the elders get them. Like, this is going to happen while Zygor is starting to tell this Garrick what to do, and then Garrick starts telling his workers what to do. Is there anything special around Hilda and Chowry?
Are you going to greet them?
Okay, so you're going to greet the elders as they come. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to say to them, oh, welcome. I hope it wasn't a long travel for you all.
What is happening here? We have heard.
Chari wanted to speak with the...
Go ahead.
Exactly, Zygor. Chari wants to speak to a lot of people. He has some beautiful words to say. And Zygor wanted to show one better thing to everybody. So I'm just going to escort you so no one bothers you. Come on, follow me.
And behind them, you'll see like more of the village starts coming, because there's, it doesn't take much, of course, in this tiny little village for word to spread that something's happened. So
okay,
Now
Those-
more people start coming.
Those that came behind then, when they get close to where they're going to get stationed during the fallen events, are going to try to leave a little bit of space of around the elders, like at least 1 meter of distance, not because of COVID, just in case something goes bad. I have space to move and defend the citizens.
Okay. Now you pretty much start, over time, because it's taking so long, and it's clear that Garrick has had to call for extra help, and this is no.
I mean, if we have the entire village just watching, I'm gonna, start conscripting men into, aid.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You and Garrick start doing this. And again, well, before you do this, right? At Brunhilde, you talk, and the elders are talking to you, and the elders are going to ask what is going on here, essentially, in a confused fashion. What are you doing to our orchard? This is.
Well, Zygor probably is going to perform a miracle. I don't know the specifics. I'm not exactly the smart one in the group, especially in terms about the important things in this case. But I'm sure it's gonna be worth to stay around.
And they look at each other and they go, well, you have brought many miracle. Well, you have brought great power to the village, and they start sort of pontificating. And so the great elders will bless the work of Zygor and Chowry and Brunhilde, as they have proven themselves to be worthy members of the community. We have given Zygor permission for him to some blessing of the icon on our great orchard. Oh, hail the icon! Oh, hail the icon! Messiah! All right, there's still a kind of.
They remembered my name. They remembered my name. And Chowry is every time that Zygor says, "You go and move that," whatever. I just repeat what Zygor says. He says, "You over there, go move that." Oh, you over there, go move that. I'm just running around.
You heard what he said. Go do what he said.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, and the elders watch silently. It's really hard to tell what they feel like because their voices are tone. You don't know whether it's because of the way it's amplified machinery or whether it's them.
It sounds like jealousy, regardless. Giving me permission, they gave me their blessing.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
They say. Oh, thank you, all great elders.
They're trying to steal our thunder.
Yeah, and so, I guess after an hour, this must take a while. Moving a tree, taking out a tree, trying to take it out of the roofs. They may not do a great job. They may fuck up some of these trees. So
that's on them. These are their trees,
Yeah, of course. Yeah, they're listening to you. I'm just saying, you think some of these trees might have some roots, and they guys yelling and screaming. There's arguments. This whole thing probably takes I suppose, this would take, right? So time passes, and the elders are sort of removed themselves from the crowd. They watch. It's clear that they're with the chosen ones and they're talking to each other and doing some kind of weird mind meld or whatever's happening. There's a chattering between everyone. And then eventually, sweaty Garrick comes. He goes, well, I've done what you said, strangers, almighty strangers. I've taken all them trees around out. We might lose 2 of them. But I hope this was worth it.
It is. Now,
Did you miss one over there?
did he miss one, Kai?
What do you mean? No, I didn't miss none of them.
So I say, in a booming voice, if I gotta use hedge magic, I'll get everybody's attention.
Yeah, use the head magic.
Okay. I'll spend the point.
I mean, if you want. I mean, do you want that? Yeah.
Yeah.
It like bellows and it actually echoes through the valley. So everyone stops and turns.
Everybody, close your eyes and bow your head and pray to the Messiah of the Icon and his followers. Followers, join me by the tree.
Oh, praise the icon, praise the Messiah. No, praise the icon.
Do
Bow
as he
your
says.
head.
And then I tell them just to hold my hands.
Okay.
And we point our hands towards the tree, and I use the growth stimulator to grow the tree 10 times its normal size.
What's the growth stim? How's it work, Andy? What's it look like when you do this? Describe the scene.
I imagine that like plates in my hands start opening up and wires start flying out of them and shoot into the tree. It starts shocking it and it just starts growing.
And I guess you gotta wear the growth stimulator over your hand, like that's what it is.
Yeah,
Like
maybe
a
I have
club
it
set or something.
inserted into my forearm, you know, that little piece of hardware. When it's done, I
Mhm.
detach it and maybe I'll insert another one, you know.
Okay, right. Yeah,
Kind of
could be
like
that.
an old school Atari video game disc, you know.
Right.
Slides into the compartment, blow on it.
Yeah, and he starts, and everybody's kind of praying. There's a little bit of argument. Some people are yelling, bless the Messiah, to go to some weird catechism that they know about the icon, and other ones are adding the Messiah name. And then you as you do this, a tree just explodes, and it glows, slightly doing this, and the wires glow, and then you can hear the creaking of the wood as it just sort of, pictures, and now it goes from maybe a 15-foot tree, and now it's like a 150 foot tree. It's fucking redwood. Is that or it grows wider, right? So actually, it just
It grows
like
10 times its size. So if it's a 40-foot tree already, then it's a 400-foot tree. It's its mass and everything would grow with it. So that's why I wanted them to clear the area.
Yep. It sprouts and it's giant, right? Now the fruit would grow too, so they have like giant.
Yeah, giant apples. So one fruit could feed the fucking village. They can make a pie. A million pies out of one piece.
Cherry says, "How'd you like them apples?"
And the people just stop praying for like minutes. There's just silence. Even the at the side of this, elders come behind the crowd and they sort of stop. Showering, Brown Hilda, are you going to do or say?
I'm looking at like.
I release their hands and we turn and face the crowd and I put my arms up. Do you see?
Zygo, 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 Zygo.
Zygor! Messiah of the icon is blessed us! Zygor! And the crowd starts chanting, and the majority of the crowd starts chanting Zygor, laughing, clapping, and an apple thunderously falls from the lower bough, crashes on the ground. The ground shakes a little bit as the apple splits.
Injures a villager.
Yeah, right. It rolls and kills 20 people.
That would be
500.
awesome. That would be the twist in this. You know, all the apples start falling and rolling all over the village, destroying the village. Attacking the killer apples. Be a great 80s movie.
So the apple falls, and people are totally frightened. And like, everybody stops yelling Zygon. And,
Eat
calm!
it.
Calm! Calm! Everyone remain calm! Zygor has done as we have asked, and made the tree mighty. Behold the mighty apple that Zygor has made, because he has been blessed by the icon, as we told him to.
I was blessed
Gary.
by the icon because I am the messiah of the icon.
Oh, the Messiah! And people come running. Oh, they start like bowing. And Garrett comes up. He hits the apple with his staff. He's like, takes out a knife out of his pocket. Some piece out. He pours out a piece big. He's like, it's good! Good apple! He raises his staff and he yells. Everybody, the crowd goes crazy, yelling and screaming and laughing. And the little kids come up and touch the apple. Like, oh. And people come up and, the three who you first, they come up, they're like, oh, you guys, Ryo, and Yoma. And they're like, Yoma's sister Friva comes up to you, Chowdery, and kisses you.
Oh, blimey. I was just going to say, imagine when they get to the maggot that's in the apple. Huge maggot.
Yeah. It's a worm.
Created a new species of maggots in the village that kills the village.
Michael, I don't know if Friva knows how to brush her teeth. So the kiss could have been better flavored.
What you
yeah.
last week, love?
Yeah.
As she kisses you and she's like, and then she like grabs you and clearly tries to like stick her tongue down your throat and ultra awkward, like teenage French kiss thing.
Get in there, Chowdery.
Yeah, Chowdery likes a bit first, doesn't he? So.
She's like, she's get all into it, and then she like burps in your mouth, and she's like, oh, and she throws up a little bit, so she throws up a little bit in your mouth.
You're such a celebrity. You made her vomit.
Oh, you know what I like.
I just imagine Chowdery with like pea soup dripping all down his chin and neck.
He probably hasn't changed his robes in a while, though.
Well, this is like terrible, but I mean, she's she's clearly like in her like early 20s, but she's completely discombobulated. And then Brunhilde. So I think I gave you this guy's name. What it was, if I gave it to you. And you don't have any notes, so I'm going to find a name of this person.
It I don't think so, but it wouldn't be Algrom, would it?
I don't know.
So it's not him.
Who's Olgrim?
I don't know. It's probably the guy that we were making the house for.
Um, so I will call this guy. Case. I don't remember what his name is. But we're gonna call him Oakley because I just don't.
Okay.
And so Oakley, he comes up to you running. He's like, what is this? What have you done? How is this possible?
Well, Zygor has his tricks. And this new tree probably gonna feed you all way more, and that's a good thing, right? So that's a tree. Give fruits. I don't know what much I can explain about this.
He's like, and he's clearly slack-jawed and super excited. He's looking around at the crowd, and he grabs your hand, and he's like, "Will you be my special one?"
Whoa! Oh, that's sudden. We better know each other.
Oh, but I don't know. Come. Why don't you come meet my mother?
I look behind and where do I see the elders? Where do I see the elders?
Dowry is like having a coughing fit and spitting on the ground, and there's and for some crazy reason, I'm going to say that Yoma's sister Friva is starting to cry in front of him. It's very weird. And then Zykor is being surrounded by people, sort of like trying to touch him,
Okay.
trying to sort of, with the balls are swinging around. And the elders have come, right, to all of you, right, as in the fray of all this. And I know Anthony's, with his, but the elders say they start turning around and sort of getting in front of you, between you and the majority of the crowd. It's a kind of cutting the apple. Everybody's going crazy. Well, what a mighty thing has happened here. And we should thank the strangers from afar who have brought their great powers and now have the blessing of the icon. Well, much must be celebrated, for their coming is as we told. Let us continue preparations for the mighty feast. Yeah! Oh, praise the Messiah! The mighty Messiah! Are you going to praise the Messiah, oh elders? And praise the Messiah, elders, and we know that they too are blessed. We all must bless the Messiah. We will speak of this during the great dinner and celebration, where we will welcome the strangers into our community if they so wish. Leave us be! We must speak with Zygor, Chowry, Brownhilda in private. We must speak with them of many great things. Oh, the just happened. Guys, you there? Yeah, okay.
He said he's gonna speak privately with us now or during the night.
Now.
Now?
They're actually basically telling all the crowd to leave, and the crowd, still respectful of them, leaves. And in a couple of minutes, people just start wandering back, and Garrett comes up and he pats you on the shoulder, and he's like, "All my life, I'd never seen anything like that. Didn't think the icon could do anything like that. Look, this tree is almost as big as the icon. Wow, who knew you had such power and such powers in the icon? Well, maybe the elders were wrong. Maybe we should have got in there earlier. I'm going to talk to my wife about this. I'm going to see what she thinks. But I guess I'm going to have a lot more pies now.
I turn to Okali and I say, okay, you heard the elders and need to stay here for a while. Why don't you go back to the village with the others? If anything happens, then I'll go talk to you later. Okay?
Okay. And he's like,
Cheers, Garrett. I look forward to getting my lips around your wife's fruit a bit later. See you later.
and Oakley, he kisses you on the cheek, and he blushes, and kind of jogs off.
Okay, I turn my back and I go to Chari, Zygar, and the elders. I just give a little check, see if my axe still well, but not holding my in my hand, in my back, just checking. And then I approach them.
Yeah, the elders are amongst each other. It's kind of whispery tone. They're like huddled together. And, well, Zygor and Chowry and Brownhilda, we are thankful for what you have done. You have undone the folly of the strangers who came before. Since before our grandfather's time, the grandfather of many of the villagers, the safety of the village has been threatened. But you have shown great power. We shall not say that we are not impressed. We will thank you with the great feast. Your names will be in the memories of the village for generations to come. We have convened together and say that you are valuable to the village and may stay. You are invited to be one of us. Zygor, you come with great power of which we have not seen. We should wish that you work with us to make the village safe, bountiful, and grow. If you can do more of this, our village can grow many more families, and we can live here forever until time immemorial. We are ageless, and we can together make Barak even greater than it is now. But we must work together. We cannot allow any others to go to the icon. It is not safe. We must always keep the icon in our minds. It is the blessing of the icon that has brought you, but we must follow the great rules that our forefathers set for us. Lest we fall to ruin. Will you stay with us? Will you work with us? will you help us to uphold the laws of the icon?
I'm sorry, but no. I have to go back.
What say you, Chowry?
I'd be interested to know what the elders know of the world beyond this place. Are you aware, elders, of what lies beyond these pylons?
There is cold, a great snow, ice and shell snow. There is a mountain high beyond, a wall of mountains run north and south. We have been beyond the pylons when we were young. Our fathers found this village, found Bardock, but our fathers made the laws of the icon and built this village in its safety inside of the icon's protective barrier. We have lived here all our lives.
What if we were to tell you that there is a world beyond the cold, a world where miracles are not unusual but commonplace, a world in which life is not so difficult, not so basic, but where there is a bountiful supply of goods and trade and people and communities.
But are they protected by the icon?
There is no need for icons where we come from.
Well, we know that our grandparents, our fathers, did not come from here. Came there is their place of journey high up on the mountain. That is where you came from. Did you ever tell them that?
Do I remember telling them, you said, Guy?
Yeah, did you tell them that?
I'm not sure. I don't think we told them where we came from.
No.
Okay. Then they say, we know of it. Our our fathers and mothers showed us this place long ago. We know it is up in a place that none of us can live.
The
We know
truth
that
is,
strangers have come before and disappeared, but why would we want? We have all we need. All of Bardock has what it needs. Fruit,
the truth,
warmth, trees, food, family, community. What more could you want? Is this not happiness? Is this not good? What more could anyone want?
you could have this, but under much more hospitable conditions, elders. Might I suggest that the icon isn't up there? You feel the icon is up there, but in reality, the icon is in here. And wherever you go, you will take the icon with you. The icon will always be there, within each and every one of us.
Amen.
That was Chowry's Oscar clip.
Yes, the icon has blessed us. It does live in all of us. Yes, it does. What's in your place? Who are the great elders?
We are all the great elders. Everybody is a great elder. Everybody works for everybody else. It's a
They
bit like
cannot be great elders. We have lived many generations, more generations than anyone has known. We have lived farther and older than our fathers' fathers.
Can I,
We have
can I ask
seen.
you, sorry.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How difficult is the life for the villagers?
So it is a 14th, 15th century medieval village in a place that is, I would say never gets cold, never gets too hot, never gets too cold. There's enough sunshine that they've got these orchards everywhere. They eat eggs and where'd you see it? They cook these little birds. They cook up these eggs. I mean, there's no technology except what you would expect in a 15th, medieval place. No metallurgy. Like, there's barely any metal objects. Wood and stone. I mean, there is some metal, of course, because they've got to have or some synth metal that they must have some ways to have.
The thing is that what I'm thinking is, let's say we take a bunch of these guys back with us. There's no guarantee their life is actually going to be better than
But it is freedom.
what they're right now.
It's the choice. Do you want to see the same faces for the rest of your life over and over again?
Some people like that.
This is David. This is a good question.
We take them back to our world, and then
and so many generations eventually they're going to be related. I mean, there's so many generations that can go around. Eventually, they're going to be related. Everybody is going to be related to someone.
Well, they must be already.
There's already a lot of cousin marrying, as was common in most of human history.
Yeah, and still is in the royal family.
And in Hull.
This is what I'm saying. Why would you want to leave Hull? Yeah. You got everything you want there.
Yeah, I mean, like I described. I mean, imagine, this is like an isolated indigenous tribe, right? Completely isolated from Western society.
But the point of the original question was, is like Anthony was saying, the reason we want to give them the opportunity to come back with us is an ideological one, really. It's the idea that they might want to experience more, rather than that they are actually suffering. They're probably happy with their lot because they've never experienced anything else, and so it's just a question: do we offer them? We're offering them a choice at an alternative, should they wish to choose it. We're not saving them from slavery.
Yeah. They're not being oppressed. It's just, they could be living better lives than what they're living right now. The technology.
But this is my question. If they go back to our world, where are they going to get the land to farm? What happens when they come back into our world? If our world's so great, why aren't we happily living off the land in it? Why am I conning visitors to the emerald thingamajig?
The Jade Colossus.
The Jade Colossus, that's it. Not the emerald thingamajig. The Jade Colossus.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess
you know what I mean?
Well, I guess that's up to us if we want to even tell them that, we give them the option or not.
If we take them back, what then? Do we look after them in our world, or we just say, fly, be free, like throwing a bird out the window?
Enjoy
Yeah.
freedom,
That's
and then a
tough
phone
one,
comes in.
man. Because then we're
You know, this
essentially
village is like
we're RPing.
Yeah, I mean, I think what I'm trying to say is that Chowry is saying all this, but in his mind, I think, are all these doubts. Because really, Chowry actually quite likes it here.
I mean, we now have a source of Numenera, so I would be fine staying here as well. I don't know if that's the way it's supposed to go, but
Well, now that you're the Messiah.
yeah, maybe we could bring other people here.
maybe.
This is a pretty good place, right?
I mean, maybe that would be a better idea. Maybe we just, rather than trying to get everyone over there, just like take a couple in small groups.
Like Broomhilda,
Just-
maybe you want to bring your family here, your entire family, and have a hut and in the village, and it's a safe place. They have plenty of food.
Simple, like it's a very limited palate. Have a lot of it's nutritious. Eat a lot of apple strudel and apple and eggs and pear and eggs and walnuts and things like this, or some Numenera equivalent of these things. I was going to say this is something. This village is a little bit like the M. Night Shyamalan, the village, right? They're super isolated and they can, they can't go beyond the fence. Monsters. I mean, it's like that, right? In a sense, this crazy, isolated, cultish reality where they're told they never can go here. And they have this strange religion that worships this ultra tech. And almost like the Amish, right? I mean, they're utterly primitively backwards. I mean, you guys live in a Renaissance society with.
Is that
again,
the one
high-tech.
where they're in the national park? And it's like the 17th century.
Yes.
And
Yes.
the guy gets out and meets a park ranger. No one. Yeah. Yeah, very good.
Yeah. And so, but this is what's happening with these people, right? Guys are you're strangers who help them, so they're not so cultish, but they want you to join the cult.
Yeah.
Breed with them. That's fine. They're a little commune. I mean, they live in this isolated, crazy commune. Imagine it also reminds me. I mean, not so violent, but of I guess that movie, Midsommar. Just not as violent.
I still haven't seen that yet.
I think that movie's a really good horror. Really, really good. Beautiful cinematography and like really creepy. I think that's one of the best, like, this is a cult.
Mm-hmm.
Very like Call of Cthulhu, the cult types. It's obvious. It's
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet. Basically, I'm going to have to cancel my Amazon Brazil Prime membership and subscribe to Amazon.com Prime membership to see all this stuff.
So you guys have had this philosophical discussion. I could presume you've had this philosophical discussion before. You're not having it. That might be awkward. Unless you are. Maybe you've walked away and decided to talk to you.
I don't know. I think Chowry feels that he should be wanting to go back, but actually inside he's conflicted and he wants to stay. And as he's talking to the elders,
He's convincing himself.
He realizes he doesn't actually believe in what he's saying, and so he just shuts up and looks confused.
And so the elders go, well, we must deliberate about this, but we have always lived here. The back is forever. It is the gift of our parents' parents that we should stay here safe It is told to us that they left to find a better home. This is the home they found. This is the home they gave us. Our parents knew the world beyond. They chose this instead for their children and their children's children and for all generations to come. Come, we must return to our and discuss. Preparations will be ready soon. Sundown shall come very shortly. Then the festival will begin. You are the guests of honor.
I appreciate that, but I would like to make a question.
Yes,
Well, oppositely to my companions, I decided to leave. Can I do that tomorrow morning? Is that possible?
if you wish to leave, you are free to do so. Our
Good enough, thank
invitation
you.
is always to have proved yourself to be worthy of Bardar. And they start floating away.
Okay,
Oh
so
no,
from
I
Hackers.
see.
Okay.
Here's the thing. Uh, the note that you guys missed, I think that you're misinterpreting, is these are the elders. The elders are named Ogrim, um, Okeye, and Throck. To put that in perspective. Okay. What are you guys gonna do?
Well, we are going to accompany them back to the village, aren't we?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Chowie is, as he goes back down, is having an existential crisis. Maybe he even starts weeping.
Chowery, your eyes are leaking.
Oh, guys, I don't know what to do. I thought going back was the right thing, but you know, I'm not sure I can leave this place. It's got a 400-foot apple tree. I mean, why would you want to leave that? There's all the pie you need.
Well, as long as you are happy, that's what really matters at the end. So don't need to cry, unless you really want to. Not going to judge that.
I think it's all been building up. I don't know, guys. What do you think? I mean, we're onto a good thing here now. Zygo's going to be the Messiah and everything. We could live the life of Riley here. I'm not sure who Riley is or when he lived or where he came from, but it sounds good.
The,
Well,
Are you guys determined to go back?
yeah, I am.
I don't know. I
The
mean, we could explore that icon a little bit more.
we could. If you guys need my help, I would have no problem staying a little bit longer and help you out.
But if
But
you want to go
since
back from Hilda, I'll do what I can with the machine to try to get you back.
Well,
As
don't forget, we don't actually know we can go back yet. We haven't actually found a way.
Yeah, but once I start tinkering with the equipment, if it activates, I don't know if I could unactivate it. You know what I mean? So who's ever up there is going to be going with me.
ja, that's the point. But as far as we can see, probably there's a way that the elders can help us with going back home, or back going back to our dimension, or whatever is really happening here. I wouldn't be too concerned about that anymore, Chari. I don't know if anyone has any other point that can judge them wrong so far. They have been quite compliant.
I am enjoying this place. I would like to come back. Like a vacation spot, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, maybe I can kind of what's the word? I can look after the place while you guys are around. You know, do a
Caretaker.
bit of dusting. Yeah, yeah, taking care of things. You know what I mean? I'm a simple man, simple needs.
We have all noticed that. Well, it seems everybody has made a choice. Uh, Ash, let's just party today in a good way, and then tomorrow we plan and probably say goodbye if things really come to an end.
Yeah. This could be it for Chowry.
It's career from
So,
Charlie.
so soon.
Guys and gals. So yeah, you go. You're talking while you're walking back to the village, and then the village. As you start, there's two guards out front. There's torches. They're lighting them which way, and they see you coming, and it's already getting kind of dark, and the shadows are coming down. The sun has set in the west and behind the mountains. So now it's excuse me. In the west, not behind the mountains, further way down the valley. And it's a golden light that's filling us. It's kind of weird outside because of the way that the light is colors dome. It's got dome becomes pink, the sky becomes pink and red. Not just the sunlit one, because the way that the sunlight interacts with the entire dome. It's colorful. It's beautiful. You're walking and you're thinking how crazy peaceful this is. If you consider, as Chowry has said, you guys have lived in Navarine, which is a kingdom that's often at war with its neighbors, a kingdom where it's full of dangerous creatures in the wilderness, a place where travel is still dangerous, a place full of unknown, numenera, things like the monstrosities in very Jade Colossus, which you were exploring, brought you here. I mean, you've seen danger, you know of explorers who've died. You recognize that even the reality of the Jade Colossus is that this area surrounding the Jade Colossus is dangerous. And frightening. And that it's just the reality. That Ballard is a city. It's vibrant. It has all sorts of people. It's never ending. But you have friends who come and go, who have acquaintances and allies. There's always a constant battle to get the Numenera, constant fight with different types. constant worry of crime and, death hangs over. You've never really thought about it because you're adventurous. It's what you do. Brave. Fearless. Chowry's kind of conversation creeps into this, right? You're all right. You're thinking of full, quiet, simple life. This far away from the hustle and bustle of Navarre ballad. The rat race, so to speak. Ciphers. And then you see the guards, they call, they're like, Messiah and his disciples are here. And the crowds, the whole town is there. Children come running out. As you're, I guess you does Zygo still have all the balls, protecting him? They still floating around. Yeah. And then suddenly people start, handing you drinks, and then people singing, and as a matter of fact, the whole crowd starts singing as you come in the sense of like loud, boisterous pop. What they're doing is that they're singing some kind of song to the icon, but now they're including your names. And so they're singing some kind of, they're singing and they're dancing like weird British maypole dance, right? There's something near the bonfire, and the girls are all dressed up in this fancy weird clothing with flowers in their hair, and clearly made some flower necklaces that they put on all your necks. Some the younger kids and some of the old, the young women and young men, they're all kind of teenagers, are all partying. And it's almost like they roll out the red carpet of flowers for you. You can see there's multiple black tooth being roasted, ones that you got yourself. And food is everywhere. It's a huge banquet. There's long tables. And they're singing your names. Your names are now part of their lyrics. And, you will party as long as you like. And, you can tell me you think the end result's going to be of this night.
Zombies are gonna eat us.
Someone's gonna try to eat you, Broomhilda.
Shower is gonna get drunk.
Nah, he's too short. I need a man that at least 6'3" and make 6 figures.
Yeah. And so during the meal and the partying, different people speak. There's still this chatter about the Messiah versus the icon, and not everyone calls you the Messiah. Many of them call you, the hero of the icon instead of the Messiah of the icon. The heroes of the icon, and the heroes of the founders. There's a kind of still inconsistency in how people feel about you. At one point, the elders say, right, and they formally announce that your actions have proven that you are true guardians of the icon, that you are worthy additions to the great families of Bardock, the tribe of Bardock, and that you have been blessed by the spirit. The founders spoke that one day strangers would come, new strangers would come, and they would be found to be blessed and powerful, and that they would add there and become families and increase, the pride and the beauty of the family. They say, it is as our fathers have said. They have finally come, not like the other false strangers. These are the true strangers, the true members possible members of our family that others spoke about. The icon has told us of their coming also. We foreknew this. We have now know that we were correct. But we are sad to know that they may not be staying. Oh, the crowd goes, you can't go, Messiah. No, great hero, stay with us. Oh, but you must understand, these great heroes, they may have to leave. There are other villages that they have spoken of, and holy sites of the icon that may need their help. For as they have said, the icon lives in all of us, in our hearts. And they have, some of them, may need to leave and take the icon with them and spread the power and love of the icon back to the lands where they come from. They said these lands are strange, bountiful, but harsh. But we wish them well if they may leave, and they will always be welcome back. Yes, always welcome back. We love you, heroes of the icon. Bless them aside. These are the kind of things they say. Party continues. What are you guys going to do?
Let's party.
Showery is drinking heavily. I assume they have some kind of fermented apple. Yeah.
Funny enough, they do, Michael. Sorry, they do have this fermented. I mean, I say the word apple. It's not really an apple, if you know what I mean. Apple, like being a billion years in the future. I mean, it's like half an apple, half a pear, half a cheeseburger. But it's still like this thing.
Cheeseburger bit. Well, they're making chocolate Easter eggs here in England at the moment, so anything is possible.
I saw. It can't be as fantastic as the rogue maple or the donut beer. That was really good. That's besides the point. Yeah, there's all sorts of weird fruit wines and fermented beverages that are being broken out. Maybe they didn't break it out last time. Now they're breaking out the good stuff. There's barrels everywhere.
Yeah.
Everybody's drinking. It's haywire. It's a medieval village festival, and all sorts of stuff is happening. There will probably be babies born after today. Maybe some of them will be yours.
Today, the party of the icon.
Yeah.
Are you an icon?
Jared's getting broody, but I think he's getting too drunk to do anything about it.
Gosh, oh well, you know. He does have a lot of ladies trying to get his attention, vying for Chari's attention.
Well, they'll be here tomorrow, and so will he.
And yet he felt so ignored in Ballarat. You see, that's why he wants to stay, because these women of different beauty seem to appreciate him more than the women of conventional beauty in Ballarat.
A small pond. Do what you wish. So, you all will wake up next morning, hungover or not hungover, with a partner, not with a partner.
Do we get another recovery roll then?
Yeah, you got a 10-hour rest. Yeah, I mean, it's not, no attacks are going to happen. Quite frankly, with the shield up,
Okay.
nothing can get through.
Alright.
Oh, I did that wrong, didn't I?
What did you do, Michael?
I should have clicked 10 hours first, and then click recovery.
That's okay. You can just go
Just
to
fix
your
it.
sheet and.
Oh, it doesn't matter, doesn't it?
just fix it on a sheet. I mean, the thing makes it easier for you to track, but you can adjust it on your sheet.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, so what's going to happen is if any of you guys want attention, if any, then everyone's going to get drunk. I mean, I'm not going to say it's like the Vikings, but this is going to be a big village festival, lots of happy people. There's literally going to be like parents introducing you to their daughters or their sons, Hilda. It's like that type of where they've just come to accept you. And they're like, oh, it's a good day, and they hope to see you, and they'll be happy to they bring you all their different foods. Oh, try my famous egg souffle. Try my famous egg souffle.
I think
My egg souffle is better. This kind of silly small town things.
Chowry, at the height of his drunkenness, corners Brown Hilda and says, Brown Hilda, you know what you should do? I've been thinking about this. I know you know what you should do here. I'll tell you what you should do. I'll tell you what, okay? You listening, Brown. Look at me when you're listening, Brown. I'll tell you what you should do. You should open a school. Yeah. You should open a school. You should be, Brown Hilda. No, I'm serious, Brown Hilda. You should be like the school teacher thing here, and you could teach them everything. Because you're very clever, Ronald. I've noticed that about you. Very, very clever you are, and I think that would be brilliant. That would if you did that here and then he burps and falls over.
Yeah, thank you very much, Chowry. But I've made my choice. Now, hug. And I'm going to Zyger to see the things. If you want, you can come along. But if you don't feel much on it, you can just stay here and drink water.
I'm coming with you, and he kind of leans on Brown Hilda, or a bit of Brown Hilda. So I'm coming with you. You don't think you can escape me that quickly?
Okay. Okay, we are going, and then I get a little bit sniff on Chowry. Do I smell like shit, puke, or piss on him?
I think a bit of everything.
Okay, I think there is a lake.
And that's just,
I can toss you there.
just the handkerchiefs in my pocket.
That's gross.
Oh yeah, I mean, and the girls will come looking for you, like, oh, did you? I think I lost a handkerchief. Did you find it? And they're like, they go and
Right. And it's stiff. They fold out. There you go.
But thank God I'm not going to clear this.
always a ladies' man.
Yeah, I drop it in your mouth. Oh, there you go.
You're truly charming, Chowry. I can see why you want to stay here.
And yeah, so I'm gonna say that again, whatever you would like to happen will happen the next. Nothing bad, only good or indifferent. So, Chowry, if you will, I believe that at some point you're gonna find yourself, you're gonna wake up the next morning, the sun hitting your eyes, basically passed out somewhere in the mud. If you want, or you could wake up next to a especially beautiful lady.
Do it.
But that can't be anyone who lives in this village, surely.
Oh, she was good looking to you last night.
Unless you're talking about Brown Hilda.
Oh, yes. Completely he's talking about me,
That's up to you. And then Brunhilde, if
I think Chowry wakes up maybe next to a naked local, but he has absolutely no memory of anything at all.
And then Friver comes by the door and see these things. And goes crying.
Yeah, especially because it's his grandmother.
ill. Horrendous, Jerry.
No.
Sorry, -5 experience. -5. Okay. All right. So yeah, you'll wake up.
Who does Chowry fancy? What's the name of the girl that he really likes?
Friver, wasn't it?
Is it Friva?
Yeah,
The one that
And her-
wandering eye.
And her father is who?
So Friva is a sister of Yoma.
Sabia.
Yoma
Jesus,
is
is
one
that
of the
Friva?
girls. Yeah, and Yoma's married to Ryo. And Ail is like the brother of Ryo.
So who I fancy Friva?
You met the whole family. Remember, you're in your house and you had breakfast with the family.
But Chowry fancies Friva. And
She fancies you, yeah.
all right, and who comes in the door?
Well, you have to. Have you vetted Friva or not?
No. What I'm thinking, this is the way my thinking is going, is that Chowry wakes up next to random naked village stranger,
Yes.
and then sees the relative of Friva, and obviously he really wants to get together with Friva. He has no idea who this villager is, what happens, whether anything happened or not. And so he's super embarrassed, and he wants to try and kind of, dismiss it. Like, oh my goodness, who's this? Because Friva is the one he really wants to be with, I think.
Howry's baby mom is going to be Nadia. So you wake up and you'll later find out her name is Lyria. But it is, what you're going to find out is that Friva's brother, who is Yoma's brother, whose name is Kaleo, is the one who's coming in and trying to call you guys for breakfast. And he's the one who sees this.
He's Friva's brother.
Yep.
And what's his name?
Leo.
Oh, Leo. Goodness, how you? Oh, what the? Where did she come from? Is she with you, Leo?
And the girl kind of covers up, wakes up, turns you, and she sees Kaleo. And the Kaleo says, Naderia! Okay, Naderia! What actually, Naderia, what are you doing here? She's like super sweet. Naderia, what are you doing here? Oh, well, I guess Reva didn't get the prize. You should put some clothes on and get out of here before I talk to your mother.
Yeah.
Kind of stupid thing.
Get out of here. I don't know what you're doing here, how you got here. Never seen you before. My goodness, Leo. Thank you for saving me there.
And he looks at you and he shakes his head. Priva's setting
Leo,
stuff for all of you.
Leo, this is between you and me, right?
Well,
Come on, Leo. You know it's just a misunderstanding. Surely, you know what I mean. You scratch my hairy back, and I scratch your bony back. You know what I mean?
you're gonna have to
Oh no! I'd have to roll.
persuasion.
Hang on a minute. I've just woken up, haven't I? So my special ability can be persuasion and charm. Hang on a minute. How do I do this? So crafting luminaire is now in a charm, persuasion, and etiquette becomes trained. So what's the difficulty, Kai?
I'm gonna call this difficulty 3.
3. And can I add a point of intellect?
You mean you want to spend effort?
Yeah. So
Okay,
that
you have
would
to
go
put it in the box.
into
Spend
roll effort, would it?
Yeah, so you're gonna have to put that in the little box and ask you about effort.
So roll effort is 1, and then I roll charm, persuasion, etiquette.
Yes, because then that'll be. Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay, so that's an excellent roll. So tell me, I'm gonna let you narrate this. So, what extra benefit do you get, Michael?
So I say, you know what? You and me, Leo, we're chums, aren't we? You know, we're one and the same. I think we can go a long way. You and me. You know, I understand you. You understand me. You know, we both understand this little thing is a bit of a misunderstanding. You know, I mean, you cover my back. You know, I help you out. You know, I'm sure there's a thing or two you'd like a little hand with it in it. You know, I know the way the land lies there. So, what do you say, mate? And I put my hand down. Give him
He's like,
sound a big shake.
he's like, oh well, we all know how these sometimes things happen, but I hope you use the special calf hat down there.
Don't mistake me, brother. Nothing. The cloth hat was not needed. Nothing untoward passed.
Well,
but by the way, I am interested in some new cloth hats. If you know a good supplier.
of course. Yeah. We can go to so and so who makes the caps review, but don't use it with Friva. She's eager to have your babies.
And I too hers. Well, not actually to just date and deliver them, but you know what I mean.
Well, good to see. Well, good to know, soon to be brother. Then
Yes.
then
Let
we
us
will soon announce your marriage.
Let us drink and be merry, brother. It's already breakfast time. Let us eat and drink and be merry. And by the way, Leo, what is the etiquette for union in this?
Well, you will have to ask our father and mother's hand in union, and then when they give your blessings, you will have to be able to provide a 2 baskets of apples to show that worthy price of my sister, and
What
then
about
you will have to
cycle, mate.
And time will come where you will have to build the home, your sister, my sister, be able to stay at our home as family, but you will have to gather the rocks and build it yourself. Well, not by yourself. It must be by your hand. And then the elders will bless the house, and the elders will bless your union, and many babies will come.
I look forward to it, brother. Now, let us go and break our fast together.
Okay. And you guys go.
With much of that apple juice.
Now we can hear you.
Freedom. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can.
Okay. So here's the thing. Zygor, of course, people are gonna come looking for you, and they're gonna take your wisdom, and they're, I don't know what the icon has in store for them. They're gonna ask for you to pray that the icon make their goat have more babies this year, and that their cow give more milk, and that if you could pray for the icon, that their child may grow strong, and all sorts of basically crazy religious type things.
Also, this is 1 billion years in the future, so imagine what the goats look like.
Yeah, so obviously it's not goats, but they do have some simple farm animals here that they graze. They seem to get milk from these animals. Don't really seem to eat them for rather, but milk products and for fertilizer. And so it's all, again, it's like a farming community. So all sorts of goofy things. Could you make my wart grow bigger? Ridiculous things. Brownhilda, the boy, the boy that I mentioned, the young man, I should say, he's in his 20s. Let's be honest. Brownhilda, you're what? Middle 20s, late 20s? How old is Brownhilda?
She would be around 30, 31.
Yeah, okay, so this boy's in his 20, 22. That's kind of after you. He comes up and, he's hanging around and trying to chit-chat with you and still wants you to meet his mother. And, he says, are you leaving? Don't tell me you're leaving. You have to stay. We have to be each other's special ones. And he's kind of fawning.
Okay.
Look, he's a 21, he's a 15-year-old body of right, and he's infatuated. Plain and simple. That's what's going to happen, right? I mean, it's obvious to all of you that everyone is childish in terms of, their behavior is that of extremes.
I think that's why Jeremy gets on so well.
Well, of course. The man-child is if on his own. But seriously, and so his behavior is he brings you some, and he brings you a wood carved something, or he carved your face in wood. It's actually pretty good. It's a pretty good wood carving. Gives it to you. It's this kind of wacky thing. Anyway, so the point of the matter is, you guys can do whatever you want to. There's going to be a little bit of friction between the people who are more loyal, apparently, to the word of the elders versus the new idea of Zygor being the Messiah. But you're kind of starting to split the village. So my question is, what are you guys going to do if you're going to leave people with you? How is this going to happen? How are you going to convince people to come with you? And you guys still have to figure out how to get out of here, because you still don't know.
So do we meet for breakfast, I guess?
Yeah. You meet for breakfast in the home of Reo, Yuma, Riva, and Kal. Actually, you're in their home. You meet them in Neil's home, right? Because he's the older brother who's married. So everybody's together in Ayel's house. what's going to happen? What are you guys going to do? Do you want to leave? And if you do, we got to do some stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna ditch off Okali, and I gotta say that I'm leaving, and give some excuse, like I have a boyfriend. I don't know, just give him excuse. And later when we go to the icon again, I'm gonna try to leave the place.
Yeah, I mean, you guys going to stay here harvesting new air? Are you guys going to try and figure out how to get the hangar to? Because again, that's where Chivalry thinks. He thinks the hangar is the place to use all this recovered material and leave.
Yeah, and there's a slight issue now though, because obviously Chowry's very keen to help Brunhilde and Zygor to try and find a way back. You know, he's very keen on helping them to do that, but he's just changed his special ability to charm, persuasion, and etiquette. So it's going to be another 24 hours before he can select crafting Numenera again.
Okay, I mean that's fine.
Yeah, we might not need you to make anything. It could just be a thing of understanding what we're doing.
Yeah, but Chowry's definitely very keen to help it, because although he wants to stay, I think it makes him more secure, thinking there is a way. If there's a way to get back, you know,
Yeah.
then it's not like he's imprisoned in this weird village.
Okay, are you guys going to try and? So here's my question: are you going to go up to the hangar and see what you can do with these?
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
At some point today, or I mean, it's okay. I mean, but I just want to if you're not, time will pass and you guys can do it at the most things you're going to ingratiating the villagers.
Why not today while we're hungover? I think that's a good idea.
I mean, you're. So I'm going to try to tell you, you will be treated as part of. Okay, so I need someone to roll me a first level crafting Numenera check. Because that's what's going to happen.
It kind of me having ability on that.
Yeah, I don't have
A level 1 crafting Numenera.
When you say level 1, you mean like difficulty 1?
Yeah, difficulty 1. Yeah, difficulty 1.
But, you know, I mean, I can roll it.
Or you can just spend and say it's done.
Oh, yeah. No, sir.
Okay, great. So I'm going to say this. It is clear that, like I said, it's exactly what that these pieces that you've got, which you have taken the time to understand, that you know that you basically have what's clearly some kind of power battery, and then you have is some kind of energy control, energy field regulator that you think has to do with in multiple dimensions, and then have this device that's some sort of navigational mapping tracking system. And so you realize that, with a bunch of some of the other pieces that you've gotten, the icon that there's these tubes and stuff like this. There's a panel here, and you probably have to put this together, but it's going to take you a while, right? To put this together correctly with your tools. And I'm gonna tell you something else off the bat. You think that you've got enough power one trip. You think you can power this up. with that roll. Because it's clear that this place actually used to have a bank of power. Only have one.
I bet you those chairs have enough power.
Maybe. What y'all gonna do?
How'd you get them all in there? And hooked up?
It's gonna take you a couple hours to put this thing together, and mechanically, it's gonna take a couple of crafting numerals.
And it's all crafting, none of it's understanding. Okay.
You can do understanding or crafting. It's just it's if you use understanding Numenera, it'll be more difficult. So it's a hinder roll. In other words, the difficulty is actually high.
What's the current
At least that's
difficulty right now?
so the next you're gonna have to do you have to do a level 2 roll. So if you have crafting Numenera, it would be a difficulty 2. If it's understanding, it would be a difficulty 3.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
How many rolls do we have to make?
I mean, you got, there's a lot of wiring. Now you realize a lot of junction. There's a couple other bits and pieces that you have to connect. So technically, it is written as 6 rolls. You have 6 rolls. You're moving from levels 1 through 6.
All right. I guess I'll do the next one.
Whoa.
There you go.
All right, so that's taken 2 hours. Yeah, that whole process is taking 2 hours, and you're starting to put the different pairings together, and you're starting to, you got the power pack and holographic displays are starting to pop up. It's like jittering. You're trying to get some controls, and you're starting to pop. So you're gonna have to roll the level. I mean, it basically it's gonna be difficulty 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. You have to do this extended challenge, a skill challenge with either Numenera, and you have to beat all levels through 6. And every time it's gonna take an hour.
So, Chowery, let me do one more and then you finish it off. I'm going to use an effort on this one.
Is this crafting or understanding?
So it's like this. If it's crafting Numenera, then it's difficulty. It's understanding Numenera. So you've got. So I'm going to write this down. You have level 1 pass. Level 2 pass. Level 3 pass. All right, so that's been 3 hours in, right? And you're starting to put this stuff together, and you're starting to see the floor glowing, and realize that some interfaces are popping up that are allowing you to control the dimensional energy device.
But could I do a crafting at difficulty 4? Or would it have to be, yeah?
No. Yeah, so it's like this. It's supposed to be one. Michael, if you're using, it's like this. It's a level 4 skill check, right? Problem is, Michael, if you're using crafting Numenera, that's fine. If Anthony's using understanding Numenera, it's
higher.
It becomes an extra level of difficulty, right?
So yeah, I just did two. I just did 2 and 3 at level 3 and 4. So
yeah,
now,
totally passed.
Mike, you
So
gotta
I would do level 4.
4, 5,
Yeah,
6.
Yeah, you got to do a difficulty 4 challenge.
I would save my effort until like 6.
Okay. So no effort. Difficulty 4. Here we go. Fingers crossed. I can find it.
And don't forget, you guys can help each other. Yeah, but none of you have crafting.
Yeah.
Only Michael has crafting. Oh, with failure. Level 4.
Does that mean we have to start
Should
over, Kai?
No.
Or should I do it again and spend the effort? Or do I need to spend an experience?
You're gonna need the effort for the last one, right? It's a DC 6, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, the difficult. Yeah. So so no, you're stuck. That you spent now 4 hours. But now you haven't made any. The screen starts fizzling, and you just can't understand the menu, and you don't know where the weird, where the navigation device fits. You haven't figured it out.
Jower, get your head out of your ass.
So should I just roll again at 4, but again no effort? Yeah.
What do you want to do?
You're just rolling shit.
Yeah.
We have a lot of XP left, right?
The whole thing shuts down.
Mike.
Everything shuts down.
Mike, spend
But then But am I just spending the XP to roll again, or am I like adding it?
In this case, you have to roll it. Okay. And don't forget, your character has special things, right? Well, each one of your characters has very special things that can happen either when you're 17, 18, or 19, or when you spend XP. Every single character class has its own special XP spending abilities. You have to, in case it may not be important here, I'm just reminding you. There's the general XP spending, and then there's a character class specific XP spending. So what are you going to do, Chowry?
I'm going to roll again, I guess. Okay. Again, it's 244, isn't it? Let's give it a go. Oh, please.
You can't get the device to work. It's all shut down. It frazzled. There were some sparks went on. There's some smoke coming out of the panels that you've opened.
I've still got 2 more experience points.
One of the wires caught on fire.
Do we have to start over again, Kai? No.
You don't. You're just stalled.
So, finding another one. Here we go. Another roll. There we go. Come on.
It's just
Come on.
loads of time, right?
Yeah.
Oh. My God. Shit.
Okay, this is my last experience point. Here we go.
One.
You should be at 4 now, then, right? 4 total. If you spend this one.
Yeah, this is the last one. Here we go. Whoa!
Right.
He rolled a 20.
Fine.
Yeah.
Major effect.
So I'm going to say that you kind of figure it out, and so you pass level 4 and level 3.
We realized there was a 220 volt socket and a 110 volt socket.
Yeah, and so what happens is like the control system pops up, and you suddenly understand, whoa, you see it, and you get the hologram that looks like the hologram system you had down underneath the icon, and you get like the valley map, right? And okay, you start moving through the navigational device and getting all these weird other maps that you don't know what's going on, right? I mean, there's just like dozens and dozens. Remember, there's like hundreds of maps. There's huge, it's in Google Maps. It's like an endless navigation system. It's so deep, you have no idea what you're looking for. But you start being able to figure it out and get patterns in the symbols, and you realize how to maneuver it until you start zeroing in on what you think is looks like the steadfast. And so it doesn't tell you where you are, but you can get a map that looks like it's the steadfast. It's got an ocean, and you kind of seen some of the maps that represent the steadfast. This looks like it. So this is getting closer, and so you need one level 6 roll. So that you need to difficulty 6 was an 18.
This is where you use your effort, Mike. Can you guys hear Mike?
Nope.
Sorry, I'm muted. So do I just put 1 in roll effort?
Yeah. You can only spend a level. You're tier 1. You can only spend. You can only have 1 level.
I'm only level 1. Yeah. Okay, and then roll crafting. Here we go. Oh.
Fuck.
It's a really hard one.
Does he lose the effort, guy?
He spent the points. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, he doesn't lose effort. He loses intellect point.
I have to take those off.
Yep.
So that takes me down to 0 intellect. So I'm impaired.
No, aren't you 3? Or did you not spend it before? Really?
Yeah, I have to take off 3, don't I? 5 minus 2.
No, it did it already for you. It means you had 5, and it subtracts the cost.
Sorry.
Remember, the cost. Normally, if you don't have effort, it costs you 3 to spend effort, but because you have edge, it costs you 1 less.
I clicked on the API, didn't I? So
I clicked on the API for you. I clicked on the API for you, so you wouldn't fucking forget, you dumbass. Seriously. Okay, so now you have 3 intellect points left. You're kind of like brains getting stressed out.
Let's do it again. Let's go for it. Come on, guys. This is it. Before Chowry turns into a cabbage. This is it. Let's go for it. Oh! I'm gonna click on the API. Here we go. Oh!
Yeah, it's difficult because you have currently an inability in this.
But
anyway, look.
Can I
this
roll
has been
again?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You guys have been at this at 10 hours. You're starting to get tired. It's gotten out here. It's cold.
One more roll, guys. One more roll. Let's do it.
You're not going to be able to spend any edge because you don't have any.
No, I'm going to be a
you're not going to be able to spend effort because you just don't have enough points.
Why don't you take a rest? Could do.
If you don't have effort, you're gonna.
Shall I roll a recovery? No, but can I not roll effort with 1 intellect point?
Well, you can spend 1 recovery action, and then you can get an intellect back, and then make the effort, and then you have a chance.
Okay. 2 points. Okay, there we go. So, take a little breather. And here we go again, guys. Here we go. This is it. This is the one. Start recording on your cell phones. This is it.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so this has now been 1, 2, 6, 8, 9, 10, I think 11 hours.
But then I could do another recovery roll, eh?
Oh, that's
Oh,
No, you can't do it. No, that you'll have to spend. That'll be what, an hour? Yeah.
10 minutes.
no.
Oh, you did it.
Minutes.
10 minutes.
Minute recovery roll. Okay, then you spend an hour doing nothing. You guys spend an
The
hour
other one was
using-
one action.
Okay, that's fine. Recovered 7 points.
Okay, let's stick it all on intellect then.
Okay. If you this one, I'm going to give you an opportunity to have a GM intrusion.
Oh, here we go then. This is it.
All right. You're exhausted. You just can't get. I think you might need to just sleep this off.
Yeah, I think so.
And
If I roll the recovery now, that's me out for an hour then, isn't it?
yeah, you rolled the recovery. That was. Yeah, the next one you're gonna be out for an hour, but you're tired. It's now been 1, 2,
An hour.
6,
Yeah.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hours.
So, Chowry's asleep,
Yeah,
basically.
well, we're not going to stay up here with you while you sleep for an hour in the fucking cold ass hangar.
You're gonna freeze. Now, I have a question. Do you want a group DM intrusion?
Yes, please.
You're gonna break this shit, man.
Okay.
Chowry's got nothing to live for. Have you seen Fravor?
The group GM intrusion is that you are going to, as you're messing around with this and you slam it and you plug these things in your thing because you're not getting to control it properly, it will start. Okay.
What?
It will activate.
Whoa.
Hey, kid! Sorry again.
Oh, by the way, Michael, how many experience points have you taken? Did you take them off? Because you've got a lot of experience points. Yeah, Michael? Should I remove some?
No, I've
No,
taken all of them.
So you've got 7 left. Is that what I'm looking at? You have 7
No.
left.
Oh, why is there 7 on there? I don't know, because on my character sheet it's 0.
It's because they are different
No,
things. When you take it off the
you-
card, you have to drag out of the box.
How do I do that?
So you're at least 4.
Yeah, Michael, you have to let me steal them.
Yeah, go on then.
No, I'm
Let
asking you.
it go.
You have to prove that I stole.
Yeah, I've clicked let it go.
Let it go. Let it go.
It's not happening. Oh, right, because I have to click a lot of times, don't I?
Yeah. Whoa. Okay, so you have no XP left?
I have 1 according to that, but on my character sheet I've got none.
God's sakes, lady.
So you should be at 3 then, Mike, because you're taking off the stuff that you use to increase yourself, right? Is that what you did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael, I guess I've been using the cards to track experience.
I've been sticking it in the character sheet, but I must have.
That's fine. Okay, so if you're following it, that's fine. So you say you sure you have 0?
Well, I don't know. Maybe I wasn't adding it up properly, or maybe I wasn't taking them off. Because I tell you what might have happened is that I probably used some to for the leveling up, for the advancement. I mean, and then oh no, I've only got 1 on there. Oh yeah, so I probably used 4 for an advancement. So if there was 7,
He's at 3.
7 less 4 would be 3. But then I would have used those just now, wouldn't I?
How many rerolls did you just? You've had a couple rerolls haven't you, this game.
That's okay.
Yeah. He's at 3, Kai. He was at 7 in the beginning of the night, and used 4 experience
I used
points.
4. Yeah.
So he's
Okay.
at 7.
Okay.
He was
So you
tracking it on
used-
his
So it should
sheet
be 3.
instead of the cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Michael, look.
How do you take them off here then? Oh, you just drag them off, do you?
Yeah, you can drag them off. Yeah.
Uh,
You should be able to put them right back into the XP deck. Or you can do it, or I can steal.
oh, put them into there. Hey.
No, that's not it. No, Michael, that's supposed to be yours. No, yeah, well,
What
you
am I
could do
doing?
that. That's from your Numenera. Forget it. Okay, yeah, we have to learn how to use a card. Michael, the cards are like an extra thing to help you and me track stuff. So it's between this and the character sheet.
Wouldn't it be easier just to stick it in the character sheet?
No, because then I can quickly see how many experience points you have.
I see. I get it.
And so maybe I can decide to say, well, Michael's got like 25 experience points, and you doesn't have any. So maybe I'll give you the next GM.
Oh, here's the XP deck here. Oh, I see. I get it.
Yeah, I guess we haven't been monitoring that
No, I didn't get that at all.
issue. So, Michael. Okay.
So should I draw from the XP deck to get back to 3?
No, just give me this. I'm not going to steal it. Just give it to me. Just give me the thing. Just give it to me. Just give it to me. Just give it to me.
Okay. There you go.
Go to the corner.
You see, it's like talking to Chowry, isn't it?
Okay, so, here's the thing. I'll give you guys all XP. What's going to happen is that you're going to teleport. It's up to you.
I'm fine with that.
Each of you is going to get everyone's going to get XP, but the GM intrusion is that you all will teleport. So each of you is going to get. I'll do it like this. Each of you gets 2 XP. Yeah, I'm going to up the ante. That's beyond the rules. Each of you gets 2 XP. But if you don't want it, you got to pay me an XP.
How much XP should I have on my character sheet right now?
I don't fucking know because it's your job to fucking pay attention to that.
Like, if you're
Is
only
it-
leveled 1 tier, you should have 4.
4.
If you only
I spent 4. I spent 4 today. If Guy's giving me 2 now, that should be 5, shouldn't I?
But Michael, you spent a whole bunch of them today.
So what should I have? What should I have? Do you think? So let's.
he had 7 in the beginning of the night. He spent 4.
Yeah.
He should be
Yeah.
under it. If you accept
3.
if you accept the teleportation,
I
you'll
accept
be
it.
up.
I accept it.
So you're not staying.
So that'll be 5. No, screw it. Let's go. Otherwise, I'm going to freeze to death. Otherwise, I'm going to freeze to death, aren't I? Because I'm exhausted.
I don't know if that's the issue.
What happened there? I'm exhausted from crafting Numenera when I actually don't know what I'm doing.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay. Here's a weird deal. It's like this. I'm going to make this a true GM intrusion. You all get 2 extra experience points if you want to be teleported out right now. If
I
not,
accept.
you give me 1 experience point.
I have no way to pay, so I accept.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
You don't have to. It's because Michael's failed so many times, and it's like depends on what you guys want to do.
No, I accept. 2 XP for teleportation out of here. Seems like a deal.
Michael,
Can I just point out that I didn't fail, Chowry failed.
Yes, you can, and we choose to
Sorry.
ignore.
Fail.
I'm,
Chowry.
I'm going to accept because otherwise I'm going to freeze to death of it.
Well, I mean, you guys have your black tusk coats and stuff like that. It's not like
Yeah, we're geared up for the cold weather.
yeah, you're not going to.
But I'm resting for an hour.
But don't forget, I mean, if Zygon really wanted, he could pull off that heat effect he did last time. He could pull
Okay, true. Well, what did you think then, Zygo?
I mean, you're not stupid this time. You know, you went up there with equipment.
Zygor wants.
Yeah.
Last time you guys came here, you essentially came here from a warm weather area into.
Actually, quick question, Kai. If I use my recovery roll to add points, can I go above the pool?
No,
I
do
see.
not go above the maximum pool rating.
Nah,
No.
exactly.
I mean, yeah, because the pool number is the maximum number of points you have.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
So, I don't. I mean, so, Chowry's terrible experience with the crafting Numenera has made him nervous that it might not be that easy to get back, and now he's worried that he might be stuck in this place forever. So the idea of teleporting is not a bad idea for him.
okay. Then, if all of you decide it's okay, you're all gonna get 2 XP points. Yeah. So everyone gets 2 XP, like amongst other things. Everyone gets 2 XP. GM intrusion. And I'm going to give you some more XP at the end. Okay, so everyone gets 2 XP for GM intrusion. And then the following things happen because Michael had so much trouble putting this thing together. Like, as he's putting it together,
Chowry.
Of course, it's not. Chowry keeps on trying to get this stuff going, and then, and you guys could have a campfire. It doesn't matter. So then it's like the last time. Certainly, Chowry like machine, and he pulls on a wire. He's cursing, and he starts, frantically pressing holographic buttons and moving to menus, and then you feel the whole ground shake. It's not shaking. It's not the ground that's shaking. It's like you're shaking. Like something is vibrating all through your body, all through your bones. You gotta feel this kind of ringing in his headache, this piercing pain in your head. A force field bubble appears suddenly. You kind of run at it. You feel Michael. Chowry kind of realizes what's happening. For a moment, you momentarily try and run out. You're kind of emotionally caught. You're thinking of the pastoral beauty of this place. You try to run. And you start banging your hands against this force field that appears. It's impossible to move it, out of. And the weird lights start flashing blue and purple and green. The vibration begins and intensifies until it's actually painful in your head. The wiring and some of the connections starts to catch on fire and melt. And then the navigational device starts to shake and vibrate and spark, and it starts emitting smoke. And then there's a bright flash. And it feels like you're falling. And then that's something there. Okay, and then this is a couple things going to happen. 20.
I've got a feeling we're not going to be back in Ballarat.
Okay, so you feel freezing cold during this teleportation. It's so freezing. Yeah. And then also 18. The other thing that's going to happen is that when you land wherever you are, your hair is going to fall out. All your hair is going to fall out for.
Sandal doesn't have any hair, does he?
Do you mean
And
just
so-
hair, the head hair, or like
And so-
all hair?
4 days. When you wherever you land, your hair starts coming out in clumps, and it just sheds over the next hour until you guys are look like me.
Fuck me.
Yeah,
And-
Sligo doesn't have any hair.
Yeah. Michael, luckily your pubic hair falls out, and that means it gets rid of the crabs. And so
Good.
Some fans can forget.
and then because you had so many failures, I'm going to add to the fun here. And so the ground violently shakes when you land, and you're freezing cold. And the other one is going to be that radiation damage to your eyes hinders any sight-based task for 6 days.
We
So
have
that means
cancer.
your-
That's it. We die.
Not only does your hair fall
Sorry,
out,
say that again. Sorry.
For everybody?
it's what I wrote. Radiation damage to your eyes hinders sight-based tasks for 2 days. I have a question to you guys now, and it's not up to me; it's up to you. Do you guys want to go back to the Jade Colossus?
Where are we? Do we have an idea where you are? Or is just a bunch of white snow in the middle of
I'm
nowhere?
asking
We're
you.
somewhere that makes our hair fall out and us go blind.
No, that's the result.
I don't have a good feeling about it.
No, that's the result of the teleportation because your Chowie was not able to set up the device. That is a result of the process of teleportation. So my question is, and again, this is we can think about it. Do you guys? It's a simple question. Do you guys want to go back to the Jade Colossus, or do you want to go somewhere else? This is
Wanna
now
go
a metagaming question.
Bro, he don't want us to go home.
Chowie?
Well, we were aiming to go home, but I kind of imagined that our inability to set the settings properly would take us somewhere else.
It might. I'm literally asking you guys if I'm going to plan a next adventure.
Yeah, because I guess this one is essentially done.
Yeah.
Maybe it takes us to 1920s New York.
Sounds like somebody wants to play some COC. I'm okay with whatever.
Yeah. To be honest, I don't mind.
Hey, just one thing, guys. Kai, next week, my Dark Sun game might be temporarily playing that Wednesday.
Yeah.
So, I'm just, I know it's shitty, but I love that fucking game. Not that I don't enjoy this game, but I'm just for that Wednesday, I'm gonna have to take off. It's a temporary schedule change for that game.
What's that? Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
No problem.
I just figured I'd let you guys know.
Can you guys hear me?
Bounce, yeah.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah. Kai, you there?
Kai. Kai, balão. Kai, balão.
Earth to Kai.
Minha mão.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Now we can. Now we can.
Yeah, sorry, I got that. Okay. All right. Yes, Anthony, yeah, you guys might be playing next week. So what's in the chat? So we might not be playing next week for that. Okay. One other thing, I'm not going to give you the cards then. So what I'm going to ask you guys to do is, I guess we could wrap this up in terms of the temporary cards. But on top of all this, you guys, you get 2 XPs for teleporting out, each of you, right? And then I'm going to say that you get an extra 6 XPs for various milestones reached. So then everybody overall gets 8 XPs.
There's gonna be some advancement things going on.
I can almost reach
Everybody.
level 2.
And maybe eventually Chowry will be as powerful as Boothby.
I think it's hard. Goofy was a powerful character. Not only might, but intelligent, and speed, and cunning. He knew how cunning was.
It's interesting. Oh, by the way, so when you guys said that did you guys tell them you were trying to leave?
Yeah.
I
Or
told.
did you just tell them you were trying to fix the thing? What did you actually tell them?
I said
Did you
I'll
tell
be
the
back
villagers
later.
or did you not tell them you were doing?
I think they made
Just
the
curious.
points because I told them I wanted to leave, and we
Hello?
went back in the day that I asked if we could leave, or at least I could leave. I mean, I don't know. I think Zyger didn't make it quite clear. Charon make total clear that he wants to stay.
I said to Freya's brother that I'd be back later to ask her to marry me,
Yeah.
or
So
to ask permission to be married.
But if Brunhilde or Zyger did you guys actively say we're going to be preparing to leave now?
I said.
Yeah,
Okay.
Zygor probably would have had an announcement and told the village
Okay.
that he may return one day, but
Right, and they were very sad. I mean, clearly there's stuff going on, but it's just purely mechanical aspect. You guys get 50 shits. The group puts together and hands you a bunch of 50 shits.
Each?
No, 50 shits. It's like.
Oh yeah, and I said I was going to leave as well.
Oh, you did? No,
No, I didn't. I didn't. No,
No, you
I said I was
didn't.
coming back.
Oh, those Brits.
You know.
Always trying to get away with things.
Do I not get 50 as like a pre-wedding, like a dowry? Do I not get a dowry?
No, you were supposed to give a dowry of apples.
Oh yeah.
That was the deal.
Well, at least I don't have to build that flipping house.
No, you don't, right? But no, I mean, the group got 50 shits. You guys get 50 cents. It's like an impoverished village. They give you like 50 silvers. It's like the extent of all the hard-earned, simple money they have. Yeah, I'm going to say, we'll leave it there. And we'll, where you guys land in this next episode of Sliders is just up to you guys. Be back to Jade classes.
would you guys be interested in maybe playing a little Marvel? Wednesday?
Punisher. On Monday?
No, the Wednesday, the following Wednesday.
Oh. I don't mind. It depends what everyone else wants to do.
I was really thinking. Yeah. I don't know much about the Marvel. I was thinking about trying a new system, maybe like Savage World, Deadlands, some cowboy thing.
So, I mean,
Cowboy.
do you want to run it? Is that what you mean, or you want to try it out? Yeah.
Well, I could do do either. I don't know the system. I actually just
I-
heard about that a few weeks ago.
You're
One or
you're
two.
you're interested in that one. Yeah, Deadlands is a game actually, but it's weird Wild West.
Mm-hmm.
I think is it Savage Lands? Is that the system it's using now?
Savage World. No, I don't.
Savage
Savage
World,
Lands,
Savage World.
World.
Yeah, it's a Savage World Call of Cthulhu stuff.
But if you have anything like Cowboy in Call of Cthulhu or Tray of Cthulhu that you could run,
I
or we
think
could just go
there's
to New York.
a supplement game out there that Critical Role had put together that was a Western-based game. And they had a couple streams about it. There might be 4 streams. It's called Undeadwood, I think. And it's pretty cool. It's like a 2D10
Yeah,
system. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and there's
Mm-hmm.
cards. The dealers draws you cards, and you know you can use some of your cards during certain situations.
Mm-hmm.